Greetings and salutations, and welcome to another episode of Watts World. If you don't know by now and you just haven't figured it out, it's the show about everything and nothing all at the same time. You just never know what you may or may not get. Hope all is well out there in YouTube land. Good to see you. Appreciate you checking in, tuning in. Got kind of busy and sidetracked earlier. I had planned to go live earlier, but changed my mind, rechanged my mind. But, you know, here I am. Here I am, ladies and gentlemen, back by unpopular demand once again. I guess for all future and intensive purposes, we can call this the pre-zero gravity live. You know, before the world fell up, this is what we were talking about. This is what we were doing. Other than that, I hope y'all had a wonderful day. Pretty good day here. Was able to get a few things done at work today. Oh, it was hot as heck. Man, it was nice not feeling like summer for a little while, and summer just decided to come back in August. But yeah, it was wide open today. Wide open. We had a we did an entire service change. If anybody's not familiar with an electrical service change, it's similar to your car's service change, but with a lot less oil, a lot less crying, a lot less wiper fluid. But no, I don't know the exact reason or what was going on with the house. But anyway, yeah, we had to do a service change. We replaced the outside meter, outside wiring, the new service wire going from the outside meter into the home, brand new interior panel, brand new smoke detectors, upgraded the home's electrical grounding system that connects to the outside of their panel, put in a surge protector, and finished that up, wrapped that up in a record pace, record time, and went and caught a few more calls. So it's been pretty wide open. But was able to break free, break loose at a decent time. Went out to a friend of mine's property, went out there and rode some, what do you call them, ATVs, side-by-sides, rock crawlers, whatever you want to call them. Went out there and just rode through the backwoods and took in some good sights, cleared my mind a little bit. Definitely saw one hell of a sunset. It was nice. I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Yeah, I was riding through I don't know if it was when we did the service change today or it was when we was catching a few other calls, but went through one neighborhood at one point, and yeah, one yard was already completely decked out in Halloween. I said, man, these folks is just ready, itching. And we're over 2 months away from Halloween. I'm thinking, man, hell, we might get a storm, a hurricane, a ice storm, a sleet storm. All those little inflatables and decorations, they might not make it till Halloween, you know? I don't know. They were fully invested already. They were fully invested. They didn't get the memo. We hadn't made it to Labor Day yet. But some people's like that, you know. But so yeah, some people's like that. Some people just leave up decorations all year long, you know. You never really know what holiday they're celebrating through most of the year. It's kind of confusing. Then we get to that 1 month, and you be like, okay, you know, this is what we're doing now. I got you. Just leave the skeletons and the witches and the ghosts up all year, you know. Just put different decorations around them, you know. Put some sunglasses on them for the summer. Throw a little green on them for St. Patrick's Day. Kind of like those various people you see throughout the house south, you know. We do like to leave our Christmas lights on all year round, you know. Some people like it. That is their thing. People used to talk down on it. They'd be like, oh, look at them idiots. They got their Christmas lights up all year. Now it's like a thing. People buy lights that to put up and keep up all year. Different color schemes, different whatever it is. Some of those different lights and stuff is pretty much limitless. Whatever color combination you could throw at it. Yeah, now it's a thing. Now people just leave their lights up for the hell of it, you know? Interesting time and interesting stuff. Eric, good to see you. When I worked at Walmart Distribution Center, we were loading Christmas trees in October, sometimes a very late September. Huh. Well, I could imagine. Yeah, I imagine probably like those big box stores like Walmart. Yeah, they get their stuff in way before they put it out. Heck, it was right after the 4th of July. It wasn't even but 1 or 2 weeks after the 4th of July. I went into a Lowe's one Saturday to get something. They was already shifting stuff around and putting up Halloween decorations. I said, man, y'all crazy. Y'all have just went insane. See what I'm saying? They used to make fun of the people that had the outside lights on the mobile homes. You know, now everybody's doing it. Now everybody's got a little trailer park in them. Anointed praise. Greetings and salutations. Appreciate you tuning in, checking in. Damon Austin, good to see you, sir. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Oh, man. Yeah, I know for some people the summer got pretty hot, pretty brutal this year. For us, or for me here in my area, it wasn't as bad, really. Don't get me wrong, it's hot. 98 degrees with 100% humidity. There ain't no getting around it, but I don't know. Definitely feels like summer again this week, though. Man. Yeah, just figured I'd pop up and go live for a little bit, just in case the event we do lose gravity tomorrow in the zero gravity, non-gravity event, you know. At least you got you a good broadcast in, got you a good view in, got you a good laugh at the insanity that is Watt Life. There you go. Now it's high class. Now it's high class and high cotton, you know. It's interesting how stuff like that goes in phases. Or like uh, coming up, going to school like in the 90s or early 2000s, like if you had tight jeans on or like jeans that was too short, they called them like high waters. Like people would be like, oh man, look at this goofus. Now it's cool, you know. People wear jeans just like 3 sizes too small. Uh, People don't even realize that, you know, there's extra material they could get. They're just wearing high waters just for no reason. think sometimes if you ever want to know if something's ever going to be popular or come back around, just wait for it to be laughed at. You know, give it a couple seasons, it'll come back full circle. History will repeat itself or it'll rhyme in another way. The Pink Flamingos. Mm. Really, it's the blue flamingos. People think it's the pink flamingos you got to watch out for, but really, it's the blue flamingos. They stay very ornery. I don't know why, but yes, the blue flamingos you got to watch out for. I think I've seen more pink flamingo lawn ornaments than I've seen like real pink flamingos. How does that even work? How does that even happen? You know, closest I get to a pink flamingo is going to the Build-A-Bear. You know, get me a Build-A-Bear flamingo. Yeah, they were like, oh man, we know whose house flooded last night. You know, we know what life. His house flooded last night. He came to school with the high waters on. You know, he left the rest of his pants at home. These ain't high waters. I got attacked by a dog coming to school this morning. You know, I was walking to school. I got attacked by a vicious canet. Everybody knew I was lying. They knew that I rode the bus. You know, I couldn't even play it off. Oh man, yeah. If it ever was a thing, you know, if those things actually were a thing, definitely, you know, let's increase the volume. Let's increase the amperage. Let's turn it up a couple knots. You know, every now and then I do run into some sense that makes sense. You know, every now and then I run across some people with common courtesy. It's not completely non-existent. Yeah, just iron some, you know, just iron some patches on the knees. I think they made all everything like that's been a fashion. People used to have to wear patched up and holy jeans, then they just started making them. You know, they just started making clothes that looked like they were pre-worn, pre-torn, and charge you more for it. You know, the more holes and the less fabric they use, the more it costs. Don't know how that works. Don't know how they figure out that type of math. No doubt. No doubt. Sometimes just killing people with kindness, you know, even when they're at their nastiest, most uh, primal state, you know, primal animal state, you know, just continue to hit them with kindness. Sometimes that works, you know. Sometimes you got to take it up a few notches. Right now, it's cool to have more hole the better. Could be, could be, definitely, you know. Have your little safe pocket, a little satchel, you know, have your little snacks, little things like that to keep you going through the day. Yeah, I don't remember who that was at one time, man. They got me a pair of them jeans. It might have been my, I don't know, an aunt or something like that. And I'm like, man, I tried them on, you know, I tried them on to appease the audience, put on a little fashion show, but that's as far as I went. I said, hell no. Them things was driving me nuts. They're probably still packed away in a box somewhere, still got tags on them and everything. Hell, that was 20 plus years ago. Them things definitely ain't fitting no more. Definitely an entirely different bone structure. Yeah, that's not the real Craig. That's the imposter. The imposter. Nah, they wasn't the skinny jeans. They were the ones that looked like they were kind of tore up and had like this. I don't know. I don't know what they were. They were like I don't even know what brand they were. It would have been a nice pair of jeans, if they didn't weren't tore up and had like the little patches and different things sewed onto them. It was too much. I did that, but I still had a bundle of stupid letters. Yeah. Seemed like I seen that in a movie or something one time. Something happened. Dude just wrote down everything that just bothered him or brought him grief or anger at some point, wrote it down and just throwed it in the fire, made peace with what was and kept it pushing. I guess that's how you get unburdened by what could have been. Yeah, they was definitely acid washed. I don't know what type of acid they used to wash them jeans in. It must have been like some Mountain Dew, that old school Mountain Dew, before the Baja Blast. Man, it's potent stuff. Very potent. But I don't know. As usual, ain't got a whole lot on my mind, whole lot on the old brain, the heart. Let's see. Damn, I did have a couple links I thought I saved I was going to share, but I guess not. Shoot, now I'm having to patch jeans. I'm having to patch them to get it to fit. I got to cut like two pairs and put them together to make one pair. I ain't bought no jeans in a while, but yeah, it's every time it takes an act of Congress to find one pair. Either I can find my length and it's a real small waist, or I can find my waist and it's like really short pants. I'm like, damn, whoever's wearing these pants, they're as tall as they are big around. I don't even know how that works. How can you make pants for someone that is as big as round as they is tall, but you can't make a pair of jeans for me, you know? It's it's crazy. So I just have to go back to wearing knickerbockers. Yeah, if you happen to lose gravity tomorrow with me and you're just floating up, just look out for me. You'll see just look for the tall Sasquatch looking fellow with a Georgia shirt on and some high water jeans. The 6'7" frame with high water jeans should give it away. If not, just look for the Georgia shirt. Should stick out. I buy boys size 14 regular. Fits great. I don't think I've ever wore, well, the only thing 14 I've ever worn in my life would probably be a pair of shoes and a ring. Yeah, a pair of shoes and a ring. That was about to be the only thing that was ever 14 on me. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. Hell, I think it's a joke every time I try to go find a pair of pants that fit. Definitely. I definitely don't like ordering nothing like that on online. I never have any luck with that type of stuff. Maybe like 1 out of 10 orders. 1 out of 10 orders, they'll get it right. Yeah. Hmm. 420 Wild Dragon, Flame On, The Tribe, Jerry, good to see you. Devin the Dude, appreciate you checking in, tuning in again. Oh, man. Man, it's been one hell of a week, and it's only Tuesday. Damn. Yeah, tomorrow ain't no telling. We got a couple projects tomorrow. I know one of them. It sounds intensive and it sounds intimidating, but it shouldn't be too bad. We got to go to this business. They just did some remodeling, and we got I think it's like 20 something can lights. 20 something can lights we got to add in, which really ain't too bad. Uh, it's the hardest part is going through and cutting each one of the little ceiling tiles out. But most of the time, if it's the same placement, we'll stack like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them ceiling tiles up, stack them all up together, mark out that first one, and take your hole saw and just punch through about 5 or 6 tiles at a time. That's usually about the easiest way. That's usually what I do. If it's pretty much symmetrical layout and it's all everything centered, yeah, it makes it so much easier. But yeah, usually it takes the longest just cutting out all the holes. Jumping each one out really don't take much. It's not a real big area, but they just got a lot of different lights and stuff, merchandise, whatever. They've already got power switches and all that type of stuff around. We just basically just putting in new lights, adding in a few. Yeah, I forget how many it is. 23, 24. I think it's 24 can lights. A couple other little projects, but yeah, it won't be too bad. Couple hours, 2.5 hours, we'll have that thing knocked out. I know the day doing that service change, man, it got warm. I tried to get on it early, but of course, not having all the material and the availability of material, having to go to at least about two or three different places to get material for one job, it's getting ridiculous. But started out this morning, I was doing all the outside stuff, tearing down the old meter, tearing down the old wire, put up the new meter can, put the new mast up, ran the new wire. Uh, so I was doing all the outside stuff, but yeah, started the morning. I had a nice little patch of shade, but hell, that didn't last long. About an hour, that little piece of shade was gone. I don't think after that point there wasn't another piece of shade on the whole yard, but it wasn't too bad. The house is going through a partial remodel, so nobody's living in it right now. So things were wide open. Any place we had to like cut sheetrock, it was, we had the green light to do that. Definitely makes it easier. Most times we try to get it in and out of there with uh, as little sheetrock damage as possible. But sometimes, unfortunately, depending on the way the houses are built, way the studs and joists are run, sometimes there may be some damage. Single story homes with like a decent crawl space or an attic usually aren't that bad. You can always go straight up out of the panel or straight up out of somewhere and back down. Anytime you go to like split level houses or like 2-story houses, there's always an extra level of difficulty, for sure. And sometimes we'll basically just tell them, hey, we can do this, but uh, we're not saying we can't do it. We're not saying we don't want to do it, but it's going to be a lot of sheetrock damage. There's going to be a lot of damage. If that's something you're okay with, that's something you want to handle. We got a guy It's got a crew that comes behind us on certain jobs, patches, fix sheetrock. Some customers are like, no. Most of them, if it's just small stuff, they're like, nah, I'll do it. You know, some people don't want a lot of different people coming in and out their house. You know, it's bad enough we got to come in there and fix something that done broke. You know, they don't want 5, 6 different crews coming in and out of there. And then we get some, they're like, yeah, I'll patch it. I done patched all these spots in the house. And I'm thinking in my head, yeah, I can tell, buddy. I can tell you are you and you did this. I can tell that's why I'm here. Some people look for Chuck in a truck. I'm just wadding a Winnebago. I just pull up to the job site in a 1988 fully restored Winnebago. Got the little Dukes of Hazzard, you know, song playing on the horn when I beep the horn. They don't know what the hell's happening. Yeah, the whole time I thought it was a longer video. You know, I'm just sitting there recording away. It was probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. I thought it was just recording away. And then I guess at some point my thumb had done bumped the pause button. So I hit the end and it started recording again. I'm thinking, well, damn, the whole time I was riding it, it didn't record but like 30 something seconds. Yeah. We had done rode through the woods, done rode down by the creek, then climbed up this little rock wall the whole time. I'm thinking, damn, did none of that get on the, did none of that get in the video, but it's cool though. I enjoy. I might go back out there with them and ride some more this weekend if the weather's right. The the guy, his son, the property that we were riding on, his son, he I don't think he does it much anymore, but he used to be like real big into like whatever it is, like the rock climbing or hill climbing circuit. When you'll see like them guys in the souped up Jeeps or souped up crawlers, like crawl up uh the rock hill or the super steep like dirt hill, you know. He did that type of thing. He what do they call him? Uh, Travis Travis the Hitman Lovett. You can look him up. He's got videos on YouTube. Travis the Hitman Lovett. Uh, yeah, he lives up in well, his son, he lives up in Tennessee. He moved up to Tennessee a few years ago and built him like this big dirt track, this big like ATV facility. You can pretty much bring everything out there: rock crawlers, 4-wheelers, dirt bikes, side by sides, whatever you can ride in. Hadn't been to it and checked it out yet, but from the pictures and videos I've seen, yeah, it's a pretty nice, pretty massive facility. But yeah, we went out, was out there on his dad's property, and hell, his dad's property just goes on forever. And definitely got the right property, the right area to be doing that type of stuff. Hell, you can ride all day wide open. Ain't nobody gonna bother you. Ain't nobody gonna stop you. Hell, these folks own the whole road. Once you go down the road, it says, what does it say? Ending public paved road. You know, it turns into a private road. And shoot, once you hit that sign all the way back for about 3 more roads, hell, they own all that property. It's crazy. Yeah, I need to look into it. I forget the exact models they were. I forgot what the brand was. He had so many like decals and like little wraps and stuff over them. I couldn't tell what the make and model was, but hell, he's got a yard full of them. He's got every type of ATV, rock crawler. It's also the same guy that went and That was the first time I ever rode in an airboat. A couple years back, he went and bought this giant airboat. I'm thinking, man, what the hell did you buy something like that for? He said, I always wanted one. I said, you ever rode in one? You ever driven one? He said, yeah, I rode in one a couple times. I drove one with my uncle when I was little. And I'm thinking, oh, hell, this is not a good time to be learning how to drive an airboat while I'm a passenger, but it wasn't too bad. I guess it was kind of good. It was his first time because he really didn't trust opening it up all the way. So it wasn't too bumpy, but yeah, that was a pretty interesting experience. If you ever rode an airboat, man, yeah, it just feels like you're just sitting there floating on the water. It's loud as hell. We could only hope so, Bonnie. We could only hope with a name like Bouncer, you could do jumps. It's like back in my old bouncer days. No ID, no cash. I had to make you jump. Got to make you bounce. Not my rules. It's the establishment's rules. Had to bounce them up out of there, Bonnie. Pamela, good to see you. Appreciate you checking in, tuning in. Hope all is well in your neck of the woods. Yeah, the airboat was pretty fun. I'm guessing they're all loud as hell like that. I don't know. Uh, it wasn't like a raggedy loud. I guess it was just that fan and everything turning. But yeah, you throw on a pair of headphones or something like that, you're good. Them noise canceling headphones. Or you could ride it without it, but by the time you get off, you won't be able to hear nothing. It'll sound like somebody that had a weed eater going wide open in your ear the whole time. Oh yeah, it's fun as long as you had an ID and you could pay the cover charge. But if you didn't, then you find out why I was the bouncer. Find out why they hired me as the bouncer. Terry King, good to see you. Hope all is well in your neck of the woods. Miss King. Miss King is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Miss King. Man. Camo, good to see you, sir. Hope all is well. Oh, excuse me. In your neck of the woods. I think I'm already starting to feel some effects of zero gravity, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's coming a little bit early. I think they meant 10:33 p.m. instead of 10:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. No, I take that back. I think I just had to burp. False alarm. False alarm, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, definitely. Definitely take care of family, attend to family. Anything I say here, anything I do here, just be second nature to family and life. This is just one of those little bonuses that you didn't want, probably didn't even know you could get. Everything else here is just extra. There you go. And that's Mrs. Watt for the last 24 years at least. There you go. I don't know. I don't know if somebody could put up with me for 24 years straight. Somebody could put up with me for 24 years straight. Godspeed to them. Godspeed. Sometimes I look in the mirror at myself and I'm like, my friend, how the heck do we make it this far? How the heck do we make it to 38 summers? I don't know. A lot of answered prayers and a lot of unanswered prayers, I guess. I know we always talk about the answered prayers, but sometimes, well, whatever it was, whatever path I might have been going, wherever I thought I needed to go, I do appreciate the prayers that didn't go answered. The things that I thought were best that just really weren't best for me. But I don't know. I'm a rambler. I'm a rambling man. That's who I am. Phil R, good to see you. What's up, y'all? You know, It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a whole lot of nothing. Just living life and loving life. What happened? My kids do, because they won't leave home. Yeah, that would be me, you know. If I ever got hitched and it ever stayed that long, you know, I definitely have a shirt like that, you know. I don't know what mine would say. I definitely could see it, you know. Thing one, thing two, annoying each other since 2026. There we go. Finally, we found somebody else that's younger than I on these MySpace panelverse endeavors, you know. Shout out to Devin. Shout out to Devin the dude. Yeah, bro. Contrary to unpopular belief, yeah. Until I go back in time and reset, you know. I've been debating it. I've been thinking about it. I think I got like 5 resets. I got like five time traveler resets left for my own personal use. You know, I got to use them wisely. Got to use them wisely. Don't want to cash in too early. Don't want to cash in too late. See, it's 2 things you got to remember, bro. Only you can prevent forest fires, and only you can know how old you are. Fucks that up, bro. I'm 40. Dang, you just forgot, you know? Sit the hell with it. Take 5 years off. Who's going to count, you know? Who's going to miss 5 years? You just start telling your mom, no, mom, you're wrong. You don't know how old I am. I know my birth certificate says 40, but I feel like I'm 31, mom. I feel like I'm 31 again. 40 is the new 31. Oh, damn. Fighting fire. Where you fighting fires at? You up there in Washington State? Hopefully they got those fires or whatever they had going on under control. I don't know. I know it cut several states, several cities, different places have dealt with them at some point this year. Hell, Georgia wasn't immune to it. I think when the 2 big wildfires were going on in South Georgia, I think they had them listed as like the 2 biggest in the country, and they burnt up. Man, there ain't no telling. Tens upon tens of thousands of acres. A bunch of them. Southern Colorado. Okay, gotcha. Can't forget now. You told me twice, I believe. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, you can't get fooled again. South Colorado. Almost went out to Colorado a couple years back. We had this job training that was we had to do, and it was kind of similar to the trip I just took this past weekend in Savannah, but it worked out great this time because heck, I didn't have to go but a couple hours down the road and got to see the beach and the Savannah Bananas. But yeah, they offered me a trip to go out to Colorado a few years ago, and I thought about it, almost went. I don't know, something happened or I had to do something else that didn't quite align with what I had going on at the particular time. But yeah, if it comes around again, who knows? I might check it out. I might check it out, see what's going on in Colorado. Damn, 79% containment in 2 days. Yeah, I imagine, depending on the area of Colorado, I imagine a good part of it's probably hilly, rocky. I imagine a lot of times the weather ain't probably really on your side on those type of events. That's like 99% of the world, bro. That's like 99% of the world. Beautiful people, beautiful sights, great times, but the duplicitous scum that's weaseled their ways into power, not so much of a beautiful thing. Not so much of a beautiful thing, but maybe it could be a necessary evil. Evil can't be completely eliminated, I don't think so. I mean, it's just maybe one of some necessary evils. Maybe if nothing else, it helps appreciate the value, the honor, the ability to communicate, do better, whatever it is. You got to have, I don't know, nothing else, you got to have a test. You can't have a testimony without test. It's in the name, it's in the word. There was a scientist, don't really know if this has 100% connection or anything, but it just made me think about it. There was a scientist, I don't know, 60s or the 70s. They created this, God, what did they call it? Something experiment 25, something 25. But basically, what they did, this experiment, was they created this big giant enclosure to put mice in. And I think when they first, I forget how many mice they first put in there, but it was like a utopian setting. It was unlimited food, unlimited uh, everything. They didn't have to fight for anything. There wasn't no scavenging. They had a pretty nice enclosure, but they put so many rats in there, and the population just started to grow, and it wasn't long that the population of rats got up to, I think, around 2,000 rats in this enclosure. The rats, they would never get off into skirmishes or attack each other. They were just kind of just completely self-consumed. They would just sit around and eat and groom each other. But eventually, the entire little population of rats completely collapsed in this enclosure or whatever through his studies. Um, it may be me, Cheryl. It may be that Georgia lag. I do apologize if it's buffering. Says I got the full Wi-Fi. Says I'm pushing 10G. I guess they didn't want me talking about the thing. That's cool. That happens here. I guess you can't talk about this guy. Check, check, mic check. Oh, what happened? Oh, I just got an alert. We are losing gravity in Atlanta. We're losing gravity in Atlanta. Communications are frying. Oh, man, it's a complete systematic breakdown. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. If you are at the sound of my voice, please convert. Please converge. Run to higher ground. I don't know what happened. Check, check, mic check. Oh, man, I think they got me. Did they get me or no? All right, let's see. I was about to do the thing. Bonnie said 5x5 at the last minute. I don't know when my audio cut out. I don't know what happened. But Teresa Buchanan, good to see you. Anybody else I may or may not have missed? I don't know what you heard or what you didn't heard. I don't know. I forget what that project was called. It was Project something 25. You can look up Project 25 Utopian Rat Study or Utopian Mouse Study, and it would show up that thing. I don't know what made me think about it. It was just always running across and looking at different experiments like that. I know it's an animal. I know it's a mouse or whatever, but some things uh, some things can transcend. Of course, I think we have the ability to go far and beyond a mouse or a rat ultimately if we allow ourselves to. But there's a lot of connections, similarities, these studies they do, and those type of stuff. All right, I'm just gonna assume that everybody heard my entire monologue. There was no lapse in void. You know, It probably, my luck, it probably cut off the first time I said mice, and just everybody's like, "Well, damn, what did he say? Is he getting overrun by mice?" Oh man. Whatever you do, do not call the Pied Piper. Please do not call the Pied Piper. If I get overrun by mice and rats, I'll be okay. I've made it through graboids. I've made it through Y2Ks and COVID. Please don't call the Pied Piper. That was it. There you go. Chemo Carl gets 25 million uh, unusable, non redeemable, no validation token coins to the future website, non website, wattsworld.org. That is the correct answer. Yes, it was the Universe 25 project. I still can't remember what the scientist was called, but I don't know. I don't know whatever made me think about that. Who knows? All right, Devin, if you could have a superhero power, if you could fully unlock your X-Men capabilities, what would you be? What would your power be? You got to unlock that chromosome. Yeah, that's the if you type that into your search bar or YouTube bar, any type of bar that you want to go to, besides your local drinking bar, if you go to your local drinking bar and start asking about Universe 25, they may give you a drink that you probably can't handle. But yeah, just type that in Universe 25 healing, healing. There you go. Would you have the ability to heal yourself, or would it be to heal others, or both? Like a regeneration, self healing type thing, or if somebody was sick or whatever, you could heal them. Likewise, James. Likewise. Always good to see you. I was just a watcher. I was a lingerer, but I tuned in early when you was live. No doubt. I go around and I check out different places. Sometimes I may or may not say nothing, but definitely appreciate what everybody's putting out. There you go. Got a pretty sharp chat. Nothing gets past them. Definitely. I'm pretty sure that's the link. That's the link that I was just referring to. If you heard anything that I said, if you didn't hear what I said, then there you go. That link in that article will probably fill you in. No, I don't know. I don't know if I had a superhero power, I don't know what it would be. You know, I think we're all like uh, a superhero in our own way. You know, sometimes we can beat ourselves up, sometimes we can be down a little bit, but sometimes if you just go into a quiet place, find some form of self reflection, self exertion, uh, definitely overcoming a lot of different challenges. Some that would have probably completely decimated uh, our foes or whoever it might have been. And if nothing else, ultimately, you never know who's looking up to you. You never know who's just watching. It might not be the person hitting the thumbs up. It might not be the person always chatting. It might be somebody just sitting back watching, hearing what people saying. Still cheering you on, still hoping you succeed because at some point, ultimately, whatever's you're doing is giving them some level of inspiration or realization or understanding that, hey, you know what I mean? There's always something somebody could do for something, uh, whatever it may be. It don't have to be time. It don't have to be money. It could be a conversation. It could be a simple, uh, you know, simple thought of the mind. But if I had a superpower, I don't know what it'd be. I'd probably be a weird one. You know, I'd probably be like teleportation or something. I'd probably do teleportation. I think that'll be a little bit lighter on the body than time traveling. You know, actually ripping and burning through wormholes really takes a toll on you. You know, you completely lose any and all ability to have any toe hair, any toe or foot hair. That's gone. You're going and traversing through the wormholes at such a high rate of speed. Yeah, it's lucky my beard hadn't floated off as many times as it has. That'll happen. You know, I think I still got a beard floating around back in 1974 somewhere. It was a good year. Listen, if you're wicked, there you go. Yeah, I'd probably be like a teleporter. I don't know. Just imagine where I want to go and phew, I'm there. If nothing else, I save a hell of a lot of time on car rentals, flights, gas mileage, you know. It would kind of suck if I could only teleport myself, you know. If it was like everything I'm touching, that would be cool. Just have my little tote on bag, my little willy bag of shoot, I'm already in Savannah. You know, what are y'all waiting on? I left 10 minutes ago. I could help others with my teleportation abilities, Bunny. You know, I could bring you back all types of various knickknacks, paddywhacks, and beach souvenir attire, you know? Or be like what was that one mutant on X-Men? What was his name? The one that could teleport. I forgot what they called him. But yeah, he could teleport other people. He just had to, I guess, touch you or grab you. I forget what his character's name was. No TSA. See what I'm saying? You just eliminate a lot of things, you know? I'm not intending to do no harm. I'm just trying to cut down on the mileage and the extra cash, you know? It don't do me no good to spend all the money to get there if I ain't got no money when I get there. It's kind of defeats the point, you know? Yeah, I'm just boom, teleporting right in front of the what's his name? The Mark Twain, the Mark Twain villa down on Tybee Island, you know? Just got the entire Mark Twain villa to myself. Oh, I'd be looping everywhere. I'd loop to all 50 states. At that point, you know, I just go ahead and retire and I just be a professional looper. Kind of like what I'm doing now, but, you know, looping on a different level, more of a geographical loop than a audio vandalism loop. Similar, but very different. Very different, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I just retire and just go spend I don't know, go to each state and loop around and just loop to another one, you know? Yeah, portals can be very handy. My power be to get rid of evil and let all love. I already know that's far fetched. It's not far fetched, you know. Some things, you know, I know we want to see it across the board. We want to see everybody have a piece of it, but ultimately, you know, uh, like any superpower, it has to come from within. It has to resonate from yourself. I know sometimes it sounds cheesy. Some things may be easier said than done, but sometimes things should just be easier done than said. You just got to figure out what that is, you know. Focus on what's achievable, focus on what's doable. But nah, just be better than you were yesterday. Resonate so bright, so loud, so uh in tune that they don't have no choice but to acknowledge it. You know, not in like a shameful, egotistic type of way, but just you know, you have no choice but to acknowledge it. Troy Satone, good to see you, sir. Hope all is well in your neck of the woods. If nothing else, that's what helps it resonate brighter and stronger within us. You can acknowledge certain things, you can see certain things, you can acknowledge the fact that, hey, it could be worse in some way, shape, or form. Shoot. We'd be lying if we said we didn't have dark days, we didn't have dim, grim days, with the days it felt like, hey, that was the last day. How the hell can I see myself making it past this day? But I mean, just in the grand scheme of life, you can't want sunshine and rainbows and not expect to go through a little cloud and a little rain from time to time. Whether it's mentally, spiritually, or in the physical form. I, I try to be good. I try to be good, whatever that is. Guess I could be pretty radical. Ultimately, everybody sees you in a different light, a different version. Uh, and I guess we never really see ourselves because everybody else sees us as something different. We're a different character, we're a different title, we're a different purpose or meaning by each person's story or reflection of us, how they see us, how they perceive us. More than likely, you're a hero in somebody's story, and in somebody else's story, you probably could be the villain. May not really be no fault of your own. That's just how their story's told. It's your story. You can tell it how you want to. Yeah, just not permanently. You know what I mean? It sounds cool to be the Invisible Man until you get stuck that way. Then you're just freaking everybody out, trying to convince people, hey, it's just me. You got to douse yourself with I don't even know. I was fixing to say paint, but that ain't safe. I don't know. You like that one movie they made? What was it called? Hollow Man. I know they made a lot of movies about invisible people, but I remember watching that movie, Hollow Man, with Kevin Bacon. And if you've never seen the movie, anyways, but they were doing like experiments on animals and stuff, and they were trying to, for whatever reason, they were trying to invent this invisible serum that could make things invisible. Whatever the end game was for that, you could only imagine. But yeah, they were trying on like these different apes, gorillas, and stuff. And what was it? Kevin Bacon's character. He just said, "To hell with it. Let's just go straight to human trials." And he had himself injected with it. And yeah, I guess at first it was cool, but ultimately it drove him nuts, drove him crazy. Whatever was in the serum, it was driving the apes and the monkeys crazy. Ultimately, after a long period of time. But yeah, that was a wild movie. Hollow Man. What's it say? Saw a video of statues in Egypt, and you could see some of tech gadgets in them. Weird. Yeah, yeah. I'd like to make it to some of those various different places like that. But yeah, different structures, different images. Uh, I don't necessarily always believe the timelines and the different periods they say are necessarily as they happened, however they happened. But I think timelines may be extended or shortened up for whatever purpose. If nothing else, just a simple confusion. It's hard to know where you are and where you can go if you don't know where you've been. If not even by yourself, just your bloodline, your family tree, that history, ultimately whatever history on this rock or this earth. I guess some things it really wouldn't change much at this point, to know certain things. But certain things, who knows? I guess the things that really matter, they could definitely do some shaking up, stirring about. But yeah, you see different depictions on all these different things. You have different devices, or like uh, may look like a wearable, or some type of craft floating off in the distance. Whether it be what we would consider like UFO, or even like a something that looks like a plane or a jet. Who knows? Who knows? I definitely believe whoever they are and whoever the architects of his story, they definitely have manipulated it, perversed it, interversed it, uh, metaversally hologrammed it, flip flopped it to a certain degree. You know, maybe soon I'll develop and finish the technology of my continuum transfunctioner 2.0, and maybe one day I could take one of you time traveling with me. You know, got to do some test trials first to see if you can handle it. You got to be at least able to pull 7 Gs, 7 to 17 Gs. I just got to let you know. It's like riding the Ferris wheel backwards, but with no safety harnesses. Hey, now, good to see you. Always good to see you. All is well, you know. I could probably go on for 5 hours straight and just straight rant it out. You know, I could rant it out, but no, I think I'll yield from the ranting. I'll just do a little looping, a little unnecessarily mumbling. Oh yeah, different. And there was one from the United States. I can't forget when it was, but it was like in a presidential. Uh, I have to go back and do my research, and if I can find the image, I'll repost it. I can't even think of it, but it's in like the presidential archives or whatever different type of archives. This picture, and I think it was. I don't think it was done by the same artist that did the apotheosis of Washington. If you're familiar with the apotheosis of Washington, look it up. It's a pretty interesting image. But there was another, I don't know, set of images that I think came out around that same time, and in the background they showed like I can't remember now, different devices or whatever. And maybe for something in today's times, you know, it wouldn't have been so far fetched or out of the norm with different things that's happening now. But uh, 1700s, early 1800s, as they tell us it was, those type of things that was in a picture or portrait definitely looked out of place. You know, if his story is what they say. I think it was even funny, like watching as a kid when they used to show the Rudolph little Christmas special. Even at the end, it said, "You'll go down in his story. You'll go down in his story." It was interesting how they pronounced it then. You know, not that you'll go down in history, but you'll go down in his story too. Interesting. No doubt. I'm just giving you a non non AI organic audio visualization into the mumbles of my mind. You know, if you weren't here right now, this is probably all stuff I'd be saying to myself. You know, I'd be motivating and demotivating myself at the same time. But who knows? Who knows? Who else we just got coming in here? Catherine, good to see you. Hope all is well in your neck of the woods. Catherine's from Australia, if I'm not mistaken. I think I've tuned in a few times, seen a few of her lives over there in Australia. I think it's Australia. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But definitely some beautiful area, beautiful scenes out there, no doubt. I love the Aussies. You know, as a time traveler, I love that they're always ahead of time. They can keep us informed, you know. Catherine's here, so I'm assuming the world did not end in Australia, so we're safe for another 24 hours. That's always a plus in my book. There you go. Never forget a location. Definitely. One of the moderators could drop Catherine's link. I would appreciate it. I don't know her particular schedule or how often she goes live, but yeah, tuned in to a call and seen her live a few times. Out and about in the countryside of Australia. Uh-uh. I always like a new conspiracy. I love a new conspiracy. Some of the ones we're still dwelling on, it's just like, but I like the new ones. Like new character unlocks. I like new conspiracies. The Steve Irwin conspiracy. Mm. Well, it's like this one channel I watch. I don't know. It's just some stuff that I find interesting. It may not really add up or really mean to anything, but I forget the channel. But he talks about a lot of different stuff, conspiracy theories, different current events. But like one of his things is he shows like people from like way back, and then somebody now, and he tries to say that it's the same person or whatever. Who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows if that type of thing is possible? I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, he shows different things. How one person looks like this person, or some of them's kind of out there. I do find them interesting. If nothing else, I love just like hearing the person's explanation of how they got to this point. Steve Irwin was still alive, what would he be doing? What would Steve Irwin be doing in 2026? There you go. There's Catherine's link. Make sure you go over, show some love, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. Let her know the wattages sent you over there. Definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's eating a stingray burger. Yeah, he's eating a grilled stingray burger. Oh man, that's crazy. It's like, well, I don't know, one of those restaurants or one of those big chains. I remember seeing an article a couple years ago, or whenever it was, not too long ago, where they got into some trouble. They were saying that they were selling scallops, but I think it wasn't scallops. I think it was actually like stingray, where they like uh, take the meat and they punch it out round and make it look like a scallop. And I said, man, you probably would have been better off just beefing up the menu. Now serving exotic uh, stingray nuggets. Sautéed stingray nuggets. That way, it's kind of lury. People like it. It sounds edgy. Sounds kind of something they would do somewhere else. But yeah, you're sitting there charging premium price, telling people they're scallops, and yeah, you're just selling stingray croquettes. You know, stingray croquettes. It's crazy. There you go. Ooh, excuse me. Prime Minister of Australia for sure. Could be. Could be. If you're willing to transfer, can add you to that position. We can add you as the Prime Minister. Of course, we got to fill out the proper paperwork and get a one-time $500,000 upfront cash only Australian transfer donation. But other than that, it'll be painless, seamless. We'll get you in there. We'll get you in the big house of Australia. Yeah, no. Yeah, I think it's in any part, there's pretty much some things that, yeah, you could catch. Somebody else would definitely eat it. They'll definitely snack on it. I don't know. Maybe if I lived in a stingray area, I don't know. I got enough vegetation and life source around my area to graze on. If it gets that bad and I got to start munching on the stingrays, so be it. I don't even know if they have stingrays in Savannah. I don't think they come. I don't think they come far up in the waters. I could be wrong. Uh, They got plenty of dolphins down there. You go out on Tybee Island, shoot. They do the what is it? The dolphin tours. They take you out on that big old boat, and it's got like a not like a glass bottom, but like a big portion of the bottom you can see through it. So when you go out there and sit still, you can see all the fish below you, and then the dolphins just start coming every which way. It's a pretty cool experience. I don't know. A teaspoon of try is worth more than a bucket of talent. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we got them. Maybe we got them off the Georgia coast. I don't know. So many other critters and wild things to contend to. Maybe I just hadn't met that part of Noah's Ark yet. Maybe they hadn't released that part of Noah's Ark on me yet. I don't know. Let's see here. Hit the wrong button, ladies and gentlemen. I was like, damn, where the hell did I go? I hit the wrong button. Yeah, I hadn't went on one of those little things in a while, but we went on a couple of them as a kid. We went we did the one in down there off Tybee Island one time, and then a couple times we did them down in Panama City. That was pretty cool. Yeah, they take you around so far, and the little hot spots or wherever the fish is at, you know. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Hawaii. See, that's why I need my teleportation abilities so I can teleport to Hawaii. You know, I don't want to fly to Hawaii. I don't want to take the boat there. Uh, Allegedly, they got this new high-speed train that goes across oceanic traverses. But even then, I think I'll just teleport to Hawaii. Yeah, I was trying to click the link. I was trying to copy the link, and I clicked exit myself out. Oh man, what an idiot this guy is! You know, he kicks himself out before anybody else even comes on. What a low life. He's probably got Christmas lights on his house 24/7 all year. And for my next act, I disappear. And then I reappear, you know. You always got to remember the reappear trick. You don't ever want to disappear and just be invisible. Probably be all right for like the first 24 to 48 hours, but after that, you just go completely insane. You couldn't talk to nobody. Everybody starts thinking they're having like in a real life Patrick Swayze ghost experience, you know? Yeah, maybe the first 24 to 48 hours it can be pretty funny, but after that, nah. No bueno. No bueno, amigo. Let's see here. Oh, I hit the wrong button again. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the early signs of zero gravity, non-gravity. That should be the right link. Maybe it worked out this time. Let's see. The asylum doors are open, ladies and gentlemen. Come one, come all. But ultimately, you have to have the golden ticket. You know, the doors are open to everyone, but you have to have the golden ticket. It's very essential. It's very essential for these proceedings to take place. I look above the range to the memorial. Shoot, yeah. Shoot, as hot as it was today, I'd have definitely liked to have been on a boat somewhere. Shoot, if I'm gonna be burning it up, I might as well be burning it up on some waves. I don't know. Might be going back down to the beach again for Labor Day. I ain't quite decided yet. I ain't quite decided yet. Oh yeah, it's fully Willy Wonka out, Pat. He seemed kind of insane, but almost like we're living in Willy Wonka. The schnozberries don't taste like schnozberries. You know, you can digitally input yourself in and out of the TVs. You know, we got the everlasting gobstoppers. Pretty much right on track with the Willy Wonka timeline, if you think about it. Even the Johnny Depp version, even as weird as that was, even the Johnny Depp version. I think she said last night it was her husband's birthday. I think it was her husband's birthday, maybe. And then they had some different family coming into town. I think she's been pretty busy on and off. So yeah, I imagine she's had her hands full today. All right, let's see here. We got some action in the backstage, ladies and gentlemen. We caught our first fish. We caught our first fish of the night. Let's see what we hauled in. Let's see what we hauled in. Oh, we hauled in a Bonnie. We hauled in a Bonnie, ladies and gentlemen. What do y'all think about it? Let's see. They're not letting me know, Bonnie. There they go. They love it.
They do say I lie over the ocean.
What's that?
I said they do say I lie over the ocean.
Maybe.
Am I
Maybe.
roboting again?
I don't know. Maybe I'm unroboting. Maybe so far so good. So far so good.
I hope so. I'm on my phone.
Uh-oh, be careful. On the mobile. Hey, I'm always on my phone.
Oh, cool. Devin
Till I,
might come.
till I upgrade the system, Till I get a better system.
I don't know what's going on. I keep forgetting to call the provider, but I don't. I don't know what it is.
Internet. Internet acting funny.
Everything, the internet, my phone, and that's two different providers. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
It's probably just the early signs of anti-gravity. It's just pulling those cables up, it's disturbing the cables, fluctuating the cables maybe.
Right.
Maybe the cables are falling up.
Cheryl said it's sounding better than it has. Thank you, Cheryl.
But when was it? It was I think it was Saturday. Well, I had already talked about it, but yeah, here locally in my area there was and when I started looking more into it, I think it was more than just my area that day. It was like over a couple days, but yeah, Saturday it was. They said tens of thousands of people uh, in my immediate area was without cell phone, internet, or a combination of both. I know once I got back to my phone, I just seen I had several people tried to hit me up. But by that time, whatever happened, it had already done happened. They sent a message to my phone, but I left it at the house when I was out and about.
Yeah.
The world ended and I didn't even know it, Bonnie. I wasn't even there to respond or to hold their hand.
I didn't know it either. It ended. How are we here? Is it, are we all on the other side?
Some may be, Bonnie. Some may be. Some may be on the other side that we don't know about, and some that we think went to the other side are probably still here lingering and wandering amongst us. You know, both things could be happening. Who knows?
Right. Hey, Limbs.
Oh yeah, great, great. Google's doing their thing again. They're updating the maps, etc. You know, even over there in beautiful Australia. can't even go to Australia to escape it no more, Bunny. You can't even go to the outback to get rid of it. You know,
right?
they're bringing the
And
outback in. It's the in back.
it could be the Google thing when they joined everything together.
Oh yeah, I
Isn't that
figured something like that was happening, especially with them merging different datas and different things over the summer. I know probably most people that have like a Samsung device that use Samsung Message or anything got a notification or a message like I think I first got it on my phone like in March, just saying, unfortunately, but fortunately for your safety and your own protection, Google will be taking over all future text messages and interfaces from July 6th on. So I never accepted it. I just said, well, I'll just ride it out. Whatever happens on July 6th will just happen, you know? But
right?
I made sure everything was still backing up or whatever, allegedly to the cloud. And then it was what? I think it might have been like July 4th or July 3rd. It just automatically did it. It said, "Well, you see that you was going to play this game of chicken with us, so we thought a few steps ahead of you, you know, just in case you weren't prepared. We're just going to do it a couple of days earlier." But I figured something like that would happen. The transfer of different datas, different whatever it is that they're doing with that type of thing. Then you have your normal summer lag of whatever nature or the environment or the climate puts on things. You know, I think heat definitely affects more than just your power grid. It definitely affects your internet communications, those type of grids as well. But yeah, they're definitely working and doing some things behind the scenes, you know, integrating, merging, whatever different interfaces they're doing.
Yeah. Mother Freedom. Good to see you.
It's for your own safety and protection, of course, Bonnie. If we
Of
didn't have
course.
these things, it would be a direct threat to democracy.
Everything's for our safety.
Of course.
That's
What else would it
it's
be for? What are you thinking? You thinking they got some nefarious plans up their sleeve, Bunny? Come on now.
so on my Facebook they're having a lot of discussions about the flock cameras, isn't everybody? And
Oh yeah, no doubt. It's funny though. After everything that we've been through as a society, you know, I know some people's older, some people's younger. We go through that, but everything, you know, that if you go on like social medias or like yeah, if I go on Facebook, that's definitely yeah. It seems like you scroll through the articles, that's definitely a trending topic, or even here locally, you know, where the police have been getting arrested for misusing it. You know.
yes,
Yeah,
and
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
that's okay. And that's these are local people. And so one of them that is like family, he said, but it's for our safety
Of
from
course.
the and I said, uh, you know what? How about if we take care of ourselves for our safety? Let that be okay.
It's too unsafe, buddy. It's too unsafe. But now I see people, but uh, yeah, I've seen a bunch of those articles and stuff on like that, you know, and seeing different people's opinions. But I think, you know, overall, I can't poll everybody. I can't speak for everybody or validate everybody. But yeah, the overall consensus I've seen, the majority of people I see are against it versus for it. You know, if nothing else, someone could probably, I mean, we could all say, yeah, this could be used for safety or something, but you know, any type of thing like that could have a good purpose or a nefarious purpose, whatever the intent is. But just this year alone, Georgia, the state of Georgia has
Yeah.
had I think about 30, close to 30, if not more than 30, public officials at different levels, police officers, whatever their title is, just in the state of Georgia, have gotten in trouble, fired, indicted, criminally charged for abusing the flock cameras. People's getting mad because their old ladies or somebody was cheating on them. Now they're going and getting this dude's information and this or you know whatever it may be. Uh, you know,
Yes. For
especially
abuse.
here locally, it got into a whole scandal. This dude was it's like a bizarre love triangle. So the officers just decided, hey, we'll just take all this flock data and we'll just figure it out. You know, we'll find out what's going on for you, chief. No problem.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. I thought about getting some videos out, but it was a service change. It was just too hectic, you know. It would be for a good video to see how it does, but I have to prepare for it, set it up. You know what I mean? Gets pretty crazy on those type of days.
Yes,
Bill
ma'am.
Grassman, the myth and the legend, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe, everyone. It's still free, you know. Can't have freedom without free, Bunny. It's in the name.
We have never been free. Oops, did I say that?
Could be worse. Awesome. Heck, the cops just punch on with you, you know. They'll just get into a punch off, you know.
No.
If you knock them down, you can just walk away. If they knock you down, you got to go into the slammer, you know. They take you back to the blockade.
Well, they're kind of getting that way here. If you don't comply, they just jerk you out of your vehicle and slam you on the ground. Cuff you.
Nice. I'm gonna have to check that out, Limbs. They said that's a link to his walkthrough of the lighthouse in Hunting Island, South Carolina.
Oh, cool.
There you go. Definitely check that out.
Calm down, Bonnie. I'm calm.
There are 2 cells in my town. 2 cells. Oh no.
Maybe the flux. I
Could
don't know.
be. Could be. But I hadn't looked on it myself. But whoever, like I've heard several people say, whoever the corporation or whatever that runs it, you can go to their website, and I think anybody can view it, view different uh, areas or whatnot. I think you have to do a subscription. Of course, you got to pay. I don't know how much the subscription is. I probably would never pay for it, but yeah, you can go to their website. I might need to go to it and check it out just to see how much they're charging, what the subscription is to view the flockage, you know, to view this alleged flockage.
There's a website too. Um, darn it. I can't remember what it is. You can look up your county to see how many are in your county and where
Oh
they
yeah, oh yeah. I remember I started in my area. I started seeing those things start popping up like during COVID, like around or maybe just a little bit before, maybe 2019, but definitely during COVID when they had so many people going here, going there. I started seeing a lot of those different infrastructure start going up.
Yeah. Garrett.
Nice, congratulations! Hell yeah, you reached the 1 million threshold. You know, damn, hell yeah.
Goodness.
Okay, sales at the police station. Okay, oh yeah, small time. Y'all doing small time there. That's good. You know. You don't want the crime to get outrageous. You don't want to have 3 cells. You know, you don't want to have more active cells than brain cells of some of the humanoids. You can't have that. You can't have more cells than you have cells in your brain. Shouldn't be that way, Bonnies.
We used
Oh,
to
what's
have
Garrett? Go ahead.
we used to have two for men and one for women, but then they built a new jail, and I don't know how many cells are inside of there. It's pretty big, but it's kind of weird. I haven't been in there to see it, but I've been told that the cells are in the middle of the building and they're glass where they can just sit there and watch you all the time. And then on the outer part of the building is the offices and stuff like that. I have no idea. I've only been as far as the dispatcher to make.
There you go. They can't really be asleep if you're changing their tires, and hopefully they'd be awake during that process. Somebody changing my tire while I was asleep. That'd be kind of weird. It's kind of sus. You know.
I agree, Grassman. Crazy times.
It just comes with just tricking people out of position, getting them comfortable with things. I mean, look, people talk about getting away from Big Brother, but then they created a show. They created a show. Remember the show I think it's still a thing, Big Brother. Get you more comfortable with it. So now while Big Brother is watching you, you can watch this show where people's getting recorded from every angle. It's kind of like an inside look at the bigger Big Brother. And people
Yeah.
love it. They watch it. I think they're like on season, I don't know, they're like on season 55 or something. It's unheard of. It's crazy, Bunny.
Yep.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, that's a nice one. Huntington Beach. Yeah,
yeah.
just south of Myrtle. Just south of Dirty Myrtle.
Didn't
Well,
that used to be a real tourist attraction, Myrtle Beach?
oh, yeah, it's still pretty popular. People still like it. No
Mm.
doubt. Yeah, as far as I know, it's still on. Yeah, Big Brother's still a thing. It's crazy.
Mm.
Only 5 years left. Man,
Wait, what?
what's 5 years from now? 2031? Yeah, it sounds like some crazy stuff would go down in that year. 2031? Hell yeah.
But wait, that means he's planning serving another term.
Oh, no, I don't see that happening.
I don't either.
No. I mean, I could see if maybe somebody was maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Some people's imaginations can hurt them more than they can help them sometimes, I guess. It's good to have an active imagination. You just don't want it to dwell to the level of confusion.
Imagination or ego?
Oh, I don't even think the ego's even there. They're so imagined out. Shoot, they can't even acknowledge that. They can't even acknowledge the ego. I mean, I guess that's one good thing. That's one less battle that somebody would have to deal with. But yeah, maybe you wish that was the only thing.
Yeah.
1900 or last president. What do you think it'll be? 1900 or last president? Which one?
Oh,
There you
yeah,
go. That's a safe bet. That's a safe bet, Nims. Yeah, I might do the same thing. Vote for Davy Crockett. Hell
there you
with
go.
it, man. Yeah. It's just, everybody just show up and vote for Elvis. Vote for your vote for your favorite person.
Oh, wow. I thought you said you had all the water up there. We have, yeah, our water's dropping too.
Yeah, ever since they canceled weather here, it's just been a little weird, Bunny.
I know. Well, did I send you that weather report guy? It wasn't Ryan Hall. It was a different one. And he was showing, oh my goodness, like all of us over here from the West Coast over to Texas and up, this giant heat wave thing. And then just above it, like the UP, I guess, Upper Michigan, and somewhere else up there, tornadoes like crazy, just showing all that was going to be happening this week. And then the East Coast, uh, Seems like something's coming for y'all, but I can't remember what it was. And he was, this is not typical at all, but this is what's going on.
Mm.
I wish I would have taken a picture of our sky yesterday. That was a really odd looking sky.
They sky netting you. They hitting you with a little extra sky net over there.
I don't it, I don't know. It's gotten to where I'm always looking up and
No. Do like what they say, Bonnie. Do not look up. Don't look up. Oh man, boy.
I do. And we have these
Whoa.
big little puffy clouds, and then we have this layer of something in the middle of them and a white line down the middle of that. So I don't know. Maybe they're trying to get us some water. I have no idea.
Damn. Bill said it's already getting dark earlier. What's going on out there?
Jerry's got thunderstorms. Yeah, that's man. And it's not just typical thunderstorms, he was saying. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw an interesting video, and I can't remember what all was happening or what all the guy was explaining in the video, but I thought I saved it or I thought I did something with it, but obviously I didn't, man. It was pretty interesting. I can't even remember half of what was going on, but uh,
Yeah. It just
yeah.
seems like Midwest has been getting hammered with tornadoes. I don't think that's quite normal. Typical, not normal. I won't say
Well,
normal. Typical.
maybe normal for now. I remember a couple years ago when one of the whatever our government agency that tracks weather and puts out different findings and stuff like that, they put out that diagram where it showed that the tornado alley was shifting more to the west. I mean, more to the east. So I mean that makes sense. It's kind of like right in line of what they said would happen or what was going to happen. Uh, I forget what site, but you can find that map. The map they put out where they showed the realignment of Tornado Alley, and they showed the old path, and then they showed the new path, and they showed one where they intersected, in which I guess whatever intersected could be the hot zone. So yeah, you go back and look at those and look at a city or where it's happening at. It probably lines up with right with that map.
That's true. Because for 30 years, we never had a tornado here. And then two, like pretty close together. So it seems to have changed here in Texas for sure.
Now whether it's something that's just changing because of something that humans did to change it, I don't know. Something that could, it could seem something, it could be like pretty wild or crazy, but I mean, of course, we think we see a lot dealing with nature and what's going on around us, but ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, who knows? It could be something that happens every 50 years. Somebody's not going to remember something that precise unless it was dramatic,
Right.
or whatever the purpose, however, something like that could happen. But yeah, I remember that at least. It might have been a little more than 2 years ago, but at least 2 years ago, I remember seeing that little report or that map showing that the tornado alley was shifting.
Yeah. Well, allegedly, we had some kind of a shift, a global shift. So yeah, I don't know if it could have been something like that, even.
Or ultimately, anytime I think anything shifts or moves in a certain area, I mean, of course, we might not see it directly here, but I mean, ultimately, if we're all on the same rock, the same snow globe, the same flat Earth, the same round Earth, ultimately, it would all connected. You know,
Yeah.
or whatever used to be an old saying, or whatever how it went. It's like, what does the price of rice in China have to do with anything? Ultimately, it's all connected some way along the lines.
Yes. Well, and some of us are dot collectors, connectors, not collectors.
Oh, they're not collecting or connecting. They're doing the other con. They're just being con. Sounds like a movie or a song. Probably both. It's probably a song and they made it into a movie. First movie based entirely purely off of a song, you know? Crazy.
I don't think there's been a couple of them. Mary, I've had that same problem. The red wipes are really getting bad around here. My granddaughter came up to help me with the chickens today. She goes out the screen door and she says, "Oh, nope, I'm out. I see 2 red wasps." And I'm like, okay, I got it. Hmm.
Appreciate you checking in and tuning in, Limbs. You have a peaceful slumber. Oh yeah, the insulation, yeah. Yeah, I know all about that. I've stripped out a few million feet of wire in my time. Shoot, the worst thing.
Yeah. Did we lose you? The worst thing?
No, I got a little emotional. I
I'm,
got a little emotional when I started thinking about the worst thing, Bunny.
I'm
Really gets
sorry.
to me.
Do that.
But nah, the worst thing about the um, stripping out like the electrical service wire, like the main wire that feeds the inside of your home, it's
Mm.
not really the plastic or the insulation, but it's like this, I don't know, this thread of string that kind of runs through it for inside for whatever purpose. And man, if you ain't careful, that one little string will lay you open. Don't even try to don't even try to think, yeah, you're just gonna pull it and snatch it and it's gonna break off. Shoot, no, that thing will cut you wide open.
Oh, no. Hey,
Yeah,
Anthony.
you done made it through all that and you get taken out by that one little string, you know? That one little spider silk. Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, I have to leave at 10. And the
Oh, you're
things,
already late. It's 12:02 now, Bunny.
no, I mean in the morning. And the thing is happening at 9:33, right?
It's happening at yeah, allegedly it'll be at 9:33 your time. I think it's 10:33 my time.
Right.
So yeah. Well,
So that's
hopefully your doctor don't lose gravity before you can see him. That was just have to send you back home, you know. The doctor floated up, but you didn't.
well, that'd be one way to get out of it. It's a dermatologist, and are they are scalpel happy. I'm kind of. Ugh.
Be
I mean,
careful.
if I did, it wouldn't bother me much. But
You know, as long as it's controlled, you just don't want to start getting scalpeled in this way. Everybody's floating around. That's not safe.
well,
You
that's
let
what
us know when you get there. Hey, we do have the possibility of zero gravity, non-gravity. Can we please adjust, make this as safely as possible? You know,
yeah.
bring some pool noodles with you. See if they won't let you bring a few pool noodles in there with you. It
But
should be.
it's only supposed to last for 7 seconds, right? So I'm thinking that's about when I'll go to the chicken coop because they're light and little and do a video and show if they have liftoff or not.
There you go. I like it. We got boots on the ground, ladies and gentlemen. What are you willing to do for the zero gravity, non-gravity event? Bonnie's willing to go out there and film the chickens floating off at her own risk of floating off herself. You know, what are you willing to do for the zero gravity, non-gravity event? Where will you be when the world's falling up? We was waiting for the world to get fed up. Now we're just worried about falling up. Man,
Right.
just completely sped up that whole pissed off cycle, you know? Don't even give them a chance to fight back and revolt. Just float them up. Float them up, sire. Float them up. Like Pennywise, you know? It all floats down here.
Yeah. Well, I figure if we all take off, then oh well, I
I
miss
won't be
my.
able to see the Texas. I won't be able to see that part of Texas, you know? 'Cause hopefully I won't be the only one floating off here. That'll be kind of awkward. I mean, I want to at least have somebody to yell at while I'm floating up. Hey, what's your name? Ezekiel. What's up, Ezekiel?
I'm sure you wouldn't be the only one.
Who knows? I could be the other way. It could be everybody floats up except me, you know? I have a feeling I'm probably going to be the only one either way. Either I'm floating up or I'm not floating. Yeah. I think at this point, I'd just rather float up by myself, you know?
Yeah,
You
I
see
don't.
people running around. Is it a bird? No, it's a plane. No, it's... We don't know what it is. It's just floating up.
See, that's what worries me. I think that people were gonna stay inside. I'm not staying inside because there's too much heavy stuff to fly around.
Oh,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm
People are going to be standing down. They're going to be under their beds. They're going to be... They're gonna be watching old Jerry Springer episodes, eating Klondike bars. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a complete nothing burger, Bunny. Hopefully the weather stays clear. They say we're supposed to have some pretty interesting celestial events tomorrow. Different things. Was it a solar eclipse somewhere? A lunar back pace vortex portal supposed to be opening. I think like 7 planets are supposed to align. You got
yes.
Uranus. Uranus is coming into conjunction some type of way, and there's supposed to be a meteor shower. Which I think
Yeah.
the meteor shower, they say, has been going on for like a couple weeks allegedly. But I'm guessing tomorrow is like the climax or like the best time to view it. So I don't know. I forget the specific thing, but it says some people can see like 50 to 60 an hour. And of course, it depends on how clear your area is. But
Oh wow.
hopefully it stays clear. I'll check it out tomorrow.
Well, my daughter last night was taking pictures of the sunset, and you can see one of the planets in the picture. She said it was so bright. Of course, it's not in the picture, but you can see it.
That was Planet X. Some
I
people
don't
call
know.
that Planet X, you know.
I don't
It's
know
coming
which one.
in
It was like in the northwest. It's not where you would see a planet normally.
Okay, Pat says it's 6 planets. 6 planets that are going to do the planetary alignment.
Yeah.
I hadn't really looked into it to see how often they say something like that happens, you know. But I thought it was pretty interesting, if nothing else, that all those different events that would have been, I guess, interesting in their own right are all happening on the same day. However often that something like that can happen, or who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. Okay, monitor your emotions and any oddities tomorrow.
Yeah, now there was probably never a good time before now, but now is definitely a good time to check into your car's extended warranty policy. If you've been neglecting that or overlooking that or just completely procrastinating on that issue, good point, Devin. definitely call your broker, your insurance guy up and see about your car's extended warranty policy. That may pay off. See if you can't get it expedited and, well, damn, you ain't got much time left. I don't know if you can do that online. Make sure
I
you get
do.
in line early. Make sure you get in line early when they open up, and definitely inquire about your anti-gravity insurance. Definitely. I don't know if that's an act of God or however
Well,
they claim it. You know, they say, "Oh, nope, it was an act of God. We can't cover that one, bunnies." You know.
right.
Like, well, I guess at least they acknowledge the creator. You know, at least they went that far.
True.
I mean, heck, at that point, they could just label everything that, you know, whatever they felt was it. Your neighbor's hamster got loose and just some weird stuff. Oh, nope, can't cover it. That was an act of God. Nobody can control that happening. You know, it's just some wildest stuff. You know,
Chewed up all the wiring.
yeah, it's
Oh,
completely chewed up all my insulation and wire. Nope, nope, it's not your neighbor's fault for uh exporting and importing illegal hamsters. You know,
my daughter posted a video today of some life hacks, and one of them was this guy laid out a tarp. It was a pretty big one, and drove his car up on it, and then started bungee cording it and putting it in the doors, opening the door and shutting the tarp in there. And it made like a sack up underneath the car to keep out critters, snakes, coons, and stuff like that.
little car sack.
Yeah. But I thought, well, I guess I could do that to mine. It does stay parked.
But I don't really think that'll help you in the event that this what does it say? This comet the size of Jupiter, very close to us, you know?
No, that's not.
Man, that would be completely, yeah, that would be life ending right there. Jupiter, I don't know. If it is how they say it is, I've seen like the different CGI rendering photos where they show like allegedly Earth, the little tiny marble, and then it shows like Jupiter, like it's like a marble versus like a softball or something. You know, it's crazy. I forget how many more times the size of the Earth that they say it is, but I don't know. They could CGI at any size, Bunny. They could CGI at any level they can think of.
Yes. Discernment.
Uh-oh, let's see here.
Oh, look who cracked it.
Long time viewer, first time caller. Let's see what they have to say. What about all the sweet vids you could make? Best pancake flip ever. Tuck and roll tutorial. How to put it in pants rather than on pants. Helium balloon experiments. I like it. I think I wrote that all down in like a diary or a journal one time. Maybe not all at one time, but yeah. I've definitely put all of those words on memos and sticky notes at some point, Bunny. Parachute pants. Boom, there we go. Parachute pants and high grade helium. Huh? What do you think about that? Just get the real parachute pants. Don't get the ones that tear away. You know, if you think ahead, all the helium's just going to go out those little buttonholes. You got to think ahead, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be ahead of this. 5G chess in the game of anti-gravity.
Oh my goodness, I could go so bad there with the helium.
I mean, it's only bad if it's longer than 7 seconds. You know, it's like what are they doing like rodeo? What I don't know what the time is. What do they shoot for? Like 8 seconds riding the bull.
Yes, 8
Oh,
seconds.
we won't even reach bull level status. You know, we can't even get a gold buckle after this one, Bunny. Oh man, this is funny. If I ever have some little watts one day, I could just gather them around and gather around, children, gather around. I'm going to tell you the day that the world lost gravity. Yeah, Oh, Dad's back on one again. Now he's talking about the zero gravity, non-gravity event that happened in 2026. Next thing you know, he's going to be talking about the 1900s again.
And the
They put me
parachute.
up for adoption. They wouldn't leave. They just put me up for adoption. You know, they'd shift me off to another family. They're like, we're going to stay here, look after the estate, but we're just going to have to self-adopt you. We're going to have to unadopt you.
They'd be putting you in a home.
I just have to leave. I have to leave my own estate, Bunny. I have to go back down to Savannah, you know. Little did they know that was my ultimate goal. You know, I reverse psychology them. It worked.
Right?
Be charming. Good to see you.
Yep.
Hope all is well.
When all else fails, head for the beach.
No doubt. If it's going to be a shit show, you might as well have a beachy shit show, Bunny. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Might as well have your toes in the sand when everybody's going insane in the membrane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the membrane. Yeah. You know? Be my luck where I decide to post up on the beach. That would be where like all the tanker ships and everything just start losing course. You know? So I'm out there playing Frogger with tanker ships just rolling up on the beach.
Yep.
Then I can't even climb up. I ain't even got no way to climb up there and explore, you know, explore all the goodies and wealths and riches that now I claim for the post-apocalyptic world. I can't even climb up there. It sucks. The last man left in the state of Georgia, the tallest man in the state of Georgia, he can't even get up there. I'm starting to get depressed, buddy. I'm thinking about it too much. I think I've already floated off mentally. It's got to me.
Yes, I do know that song, Devin. You know, no matter what my body says, I'm not old.
There you go. Mind over matter.
That's right.
Yep.
In fact,
I don't.
there was a couple that used to sing that song at karaoke. Mother Freedom. Might get a wet face.
Could be relieving. Could be, yeah. And it would suck for anybody that didn't float up. You know what I mean? Hell, think you just think, what the heck is this acid rain? Great, now everybody's floating up, and I'm left here to just with this acid rain. Just thought it was a Diddy party, Bunny. Thought we went to the Diddy party. Let's see here. It looks like we have a new character unlocked, Bunny. Let's see what's going on in the backstage here. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, if there are any gentlemen out there. Maybe some gentle ladies. I don't know.
7 seconds of depends.
Cat, welcome up. Welcome to Watch World.
Hello. Am I here? I'm here. Really?
Okay. I always have to verify and establish, you know. You never know these things, you know. We got infiltrated by a T-800 one night. Terminator got in here. We don't know how it happened. We had to completely stand down. But welcome in. Welcome to Watch World.
Hi, Catherine.
Am I here, guys? Sorry.
Am I?
Yeah.
Are you? I hear you. I'm here.
I turn my Wi-Fi.
Take your time. We got about 2 more minutes.
I might just sit back and listen. If I talk, I think I'm going to get like a really blag.
It could be you're so far ahead in the future. You know, it doesn't like that both of our IPs identify as time travelers. I love a new character unlocked. I like the new accent.
Yes.
Acid rain. Has anyone heard about the acid bread? Years ago, they were putting acid in bread. Like, oh, look out! What's going? Oh,
Oh my goodness. Acid in bread?
Man, I wonder what type. Was it like trippy acid, or was it like I don't know.
Hmm. Did we lose her?
Who knows? Who knows?
I've got.
You back with us? Didn't get a bad batch of bread, did you? Let's see. Oh, no
Aw.
problem. Yeah, I guess she had a slight delay.
Yeah.
But that's Catherine. That's Catherine, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you definitely go over and subscribe to the channel. Another Aussie. Another awesome Aussie. Can't never do a good Australian accent. It always sounds like somewhere else, I try to sound Australian and it just goes German for some weird dark reason,
Yeah.
Can't never
It's,
get it right. But
it's
they're
hard
messing
to.
with the internets, Bunny. They're messing with the internets, the interwebs.
I know.
You can get stuck, but sometimes it's hard to get connected. It's crazy, ain't it? How do you know that wasn't yesterday? That is very true. Yeah, he could be time tripping, no doubt. You could have went into the dog year sequence. So now your days are ultimately like years. Your years are days. Your days feel like years, and your years feel like days. That even
Time is
makes any sense.
just a figment of our imagination, anyway.
So just like me, Bunny, I'm just a figment of your subconscious imagination. Let's see. All right, let's try it again. Take two. Take two, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hello.
Check, check,
Am
mic
I
check.
here?
Yes. Yes, you are here.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, okay. She can hear you. I was thinking maybe she couldn't hear you.
No, just a lag. I don't have the internet connected here, so I'm just like pinging off towers.
Cool. She kind of has an accent like Tasha. A little.
Oh no, hang on. It's not going to work, guys. Like who?
I hear you. I hear you. I don't know how much of a lag there is, but I hear you. My Taco Bell
Got
Wi-Fi
a
is
lot of.
pushing out as much as it can. It just, I don't think it can push out any more G's. Powers that be, if you're listening, which I know you probably are, but you probably aren't, please fix the internet. We got to know what's going on in Australia, You
Hang
can't keep
on,
it that
I'm
much
gonna.
out of the loop. If we can communicate with South Africa, we should be able to, get a couple extra, what do they call them? Tesla satellites, Skylinks. Need to get some Skylinks redirected over Australia. You know, we could get like 500 of them to redirect towards Australia at this current time. Let's do it. Let's do it, Elon.
Right. Oh, Devin tried to come up.
No, keep that stuff away.
All right, abort mission, Elon. Instead, just digitally upload $1 million credits to all of our financial systems. Just like a one-time tax-free donation, friends and family. If you could do that for us, we'll settle for that. No satellites over Australia. We'll just take $1 million cash. Tax free, of course. You know, one time friends and family donation. You can still do that, I think. Yeah, we'll take the million. We'll take the million and run.
I don't blame her not wanting them over there.
What's that?
I don't blame her not wanting the satellites. I don't either. I'm not so sure they're.
Glad she told me to abort. Once 17 seconds in, you can't abort. You know, it was almost at that threshold. She called it in clear.
Yeah.
It's a close one, Karen. Catherine. We probably messed up. We probably send them the long way. You know, we probably go the long way instead of just going back towards Hawaii, you know. We send them the
My
long way to
brother,
the
this
more.
is going to come back with a lag, but
10-4.
my brother is an avionics technician.
Oh, really? Just tell people I'm an avionics technician till they start questioning me of my abilities and knowledge on avionics. You know, you ever dated an avionics technician? Looking at them, baby. Former electrician, current avionics technician. You know, no, I'm not serious. That was just, you know, that was all show, no tell. uh, Hi, Muir. Good to see you. Welcome to the asylum, my friend.
I want to stay on the panel, but I just can't talk. Okay, like it'll work out all good if I just stay quiet. Is that all good?
Hey, you know, whatever floats your boat, you're here. You know, you are here. It's like an all-night skate in. You know, you're in here. You've already been dropped off. There's snacks in the back room. There's snacks here. You know, just kind of chill out, chillax.
Excuse the mess.
That's the standard. Either it's 13 seconds, 17 seconds, or 33 seconds. You know, I think there used to be a void of 21 seconds, but hell, that even phased out. With the inflation, they just went straight to 33. You know, yeah, really, that's worse than back in the day if your mom ever just started to count down, you know, when the wrath of God was fixing to get unleashed in some form of way. Uh, they give you a few more seconds to think about it. You know, they're courteous a little bit. Give you an extra 14. Oh, man. What do you think about it, Bonnie?
What's that song? Strange World.
Okay, you're here. I thought you got abducted again. Thought the aliens got you.
Maybe it's Mad World. I don't know. What's going on?
Yeah, that's how I feel sometimes, you know. People want to know how gorgeous I am, but people don't even realize my camera's on right now. You know, you've been looking at me the whole time. No smoke and mirrors here, Devin. What you see is what you don't get.
I'm going to chime in on this with the lag. People, why do they're like, show your face, show your face. What does it matter? What does it matter? You're going to judge your face, whatever you look like.
No doubt. Well, if you was sitting out in the back viewing the beautiful the outback, I'd tell you give us a good view. But no, cameras aren't necessary here. You know,
That's the go.
a lot of times when the cameras come on, it ain't what you want to see. You know, I hadn't had any of the those type yet. You know, but I try to stay aware. You just never know who might try to show you a little extra. You know, you know what I mean. But nah, you
Yeah.
can be eyeless, you can be faceless. You know, I don't care. You could be blue, you could be red. Then we interact across with enough cameras. You know, I know some Some people like it. They like to see, all cameras on. They like to see people. I even had somebody tell me, hey, we like to hear your nothingness from time to time. We like tuning into your nothingness, but we'd like to see you. We like to, whatever it may be. Somebody may be bad at hearing or whatever it may be. They're lip readers, things like that. Which I understand, but I don't know. Maybe when we get to episode 100, who knows? Who knows what'll happen on episode 100, Cheryl? Oh, what the heck's going on down there? Oh, I thought that said something totally different. Okay. I don't know what I thought it said, but what it said was different than what I thought it said. We're safe. We're safe. Oh, at this day and age, I mean, heck, you could only hope for a little knee. You hope that was all there was, Man,
Oh, my knees might have shown.
they got her. It was too much of a time travel.
Cheryl, I know.
Be a knee. Be a knee flattery? I don't know. Be a knee flasher. Could be. Could be. Been a little dirty dancing known to happen from time to time. Who is the catatonic closer to Brandis? If the position's open, nobody wants it, I'll take it. Still available, I might take it. It might be the catatonic closer. Unless you want it, Bonnie. Unless you want to be known as that.
No, you're good.
I thought you probably would, but anyways, I'll take it.
Is this anti-gravity thing global?
I don't know. It's a lot of gravity to go void if it went global. Who knows? I don't know. I think, what did they say? Like 40 to, what did they say? Allegedly, like 40 to 60 million people wouldn't make it allegedly. Let's see if this is the link. I don't know if I saved the link of the video I watched earlier or not. Let's see here. This may or might not be one link. I can't remember. It's a link to something. It's a YouTube link. It may be a link to the the gravity, non-gravity event. It's like a short, but I think in their findings of the paperwork, they said it was like 40 to 60 million people that wouldn't make it. So something like that, those type of numbers, I don't know. It makes me think that it wouldn't be like global, even if it could happen, which I don't think it's going to happen. Like it could be imagined. I think something's going to happen, but it's going to be different. I don't think you're going to be a loss of energy or energy floating up. I think it's probably definitely a transfer of energy, energy frequency, whatever you want to look at it as, vibration.
I
Whether you can
wonder what
feel it or acknowledge it, but I think it would be more along that type of level. But I know 40 to 60 million sounds like a lot, but I mean, if it's allegedly creeping in on what 9 billion or whatever they said, I don't know. For like a long time, it was like the same number for like years. I'm like, how are they saying this to a population increase? But we're like, I don't know. I think on like a lot of numbers, I don't necessarily agree with whatever the numbers may be. I know what I see. I know what the people I interact with, whether it's, I don't know, whether they're real people or not. It seemed like if it was on a global level, I could see maybe a billion. They could say a billion, but being that, it seemed like it would be isolated. I don't know. Long story long, that's what I think.
well, it seems Why wouldn't people make it? I don't get that. What?
Um, uh, falling back down. I don't know, different velocities or maybe things falling on them.
Uh,
I don't know.
hmm.
I mean, even if you did have some type of like, if it did all happen, if something like this was even possible, it's always a big if. But if it was possible, you somehow did manage to do your last two cat lives to survive it, and you land, and you know, you'd be ducking and dodging whatever might have went up or came down. Or like, what was that movie? I don't know if it was a movie about something like this, but I think it was like in what was it? The Superman movie. I think it was the first Superman movie when they remade it with Henry Cavill as Superman. I think what was it? If you hadn't seen the movie, oh well, it's not really any spoiler alerts, but anyway, just deal with it. Uh, what was it? The General's God or whatever. Once they escaped from their prison or wherever they was at, they came with this ship and they were trying to. They had this like basically a terraforming device. I think that's what they were doing. They were trying to terraform Earth or some type of way to make it more like Krypton or whatever the thing was. I think that was in the Superman movie. But yeah, they had this like terraforming device, and it was like shooting this energy or whatever. And like every so often, it was causing like a lot of things to like just shoot up in the air, and they would stay up for a little while, and then when the energy went down, they would fall back down to the earth. Um, I think that
Hmm.
was in that Superman movie they did that, but I don't know. It just made me think of that.
Well,
Yeah, terraforming. Who knows? Maybe they're going to try to terraform us. They're going to terrify us with the terraforming.
yeah, I don't know that I want that to be live. I'm thinking just a video, Cheryl.
Yeah, what Jerry said, spinning at what 10,000 miles an hour. Yeah, I think if we was to lose gravity, it'd be just imagine we just would instantly float 10,000 miles away. So whatever. Well, not 10,000 miles, but to a certain degree. Within
Right.
7 seconds of shift.
500 miles anyway, maybe.
Oh, you can move 500 miles in 7 seconds. You're gonna be all which away. You're gonna be whiplash, door dashed, and you might be Ash. Who knows? That fast. Yeah, I'd rather just float up. I'd rather just float up. No, I don't know.
Yes.
500 miles in 7 seconds? No, that'd be like, oof,
Yeah,
like
I
like
know.
Tom Cruise in Top Gun. You'd definitely be pulling some G's. Come out looking like Ghost Rider.
I got to be in Alabama. 500 miles.
Yeah, there you go. You just get thrown 1 trillion miles into space. You want to see the stars? There we go. We'll just send you up in the upper. We'll send you up into the upper atmosphere. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. See, that's how I don't know. With the position and the geographical vortex that is Australia, I don't know how they would be affected with gravity. Allegedly their water flows backwards, their toilet flows backwards. So who knows? It maybe could correct something down there that they didn't even know was wrong. They didn't even know. You know, the rest of the
Right.
world will be chaos and they'll be good. Them and like what is it? New Zealand and like who else could we throw in there? Uh yeah, there'd be like a couple little pockets. Those little pockets of islands, They just kind of fix something they didn't even know was broken. Worst case scenario, their toilets just flush the opposite, the normal way. Worst case scenario.
Right.
Could be. Depends on how you look at it. You know? Could be just the breathing holes of the light shining through. Whoever's looking at us with a big microscope. Have you ever seen like those videos where it like starts as like a normal scene and then it just like zooms out into like it's just a bigger and bigger image of something else and something else?
Yes.
Yeah, whatever you call that, I don't know. You know, we're just like one little living terrarium life form on the backside of an uneaten McDonald's French fry underneath the couch of a giant galactic being. You know, we think that our world is so vast and so big, but we're just living on a micro humidity confined mold spore on the backside of an intergalactic McDonald's French fry, Bunny. What do you think about that?
I don't want to be on a McDonald's French fry.
It's a theory. I think what's it? I forget the guy. That was his theory on what life was. Forget that guy.
Hmm.
Might have been Bill Nye. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Okay, I'm gonna mute because I need to
Yeah.
put something quick.
Are you losing gravity?
I need to put the food away and
Okay, I
last
thought
time.
you. Yeah. Yeah. If you start losing gravity at any point, please let us know. We got to be aware, Bunny.
Okay.
All right. If you walk in your kitchen and your leftovers is just floating on the ceiling, just leave it be. You know, it wasn't meant to be for that leftover meal. Oh, that's gonna single-handedly destroy the carbonated beverage industry. You know, it's gonna single-handedly wipe out the carbonated beverage industry. Shoot, I need some tires. Talk about the cartel needs tires. Shoot, ain't gonna be long. I'm gonna have to get a set. Okay, you limit your levitation to nights only. Okay, that makes sense. Definitely makes sense. I used to do that when I was a kid. I don't know. I don't know why some people do it or what makes people like sleepwalk or things like that in their sleep. I don't know. I forget how old I was. I was like, I don't remember. And then sometimes when I did it, it wasn't like I could really remember that I was sleepwalking, but it was like I don't know. I guess might have been just part of whatever dream or whatever was going on mentally. Fascinating, but non-interesting. Yeah, I know. I used to have a tire guy, man. I used to have two tire guys. I had my buddy. His family owned a tire shop, but ultimately they had to sell on or move on. You know, personal things. You know, uh, patriarchs, matriarchs, they pass on things like that. And I had a guy that worked at over in South Carolina. They got a big tire plant. What's it? The Bridgestone plant. Yeah, man. And shoot, he went on and did something else. I got to get a new tire guy. Appreciate you, Devin, for reminding me. I ain't got a guy for that. I'm glad nobody did, because hell, it was bad enough when I was just regular sleepwalking. So I can imagine if somebody would have woke me up. Hell, you know. In order for that to be said and to be true, somebody had to do it. You know, somebody had to be the dummy to be the one to do it. That's when the rest of us figured out, hey, don't do it. Don't do it. Here you go. Who knows? I may make it to Colorado. I just ain't made it to Colorado yet, you know? I'll have to get out there one of these days. Definitely won't be during snow season. Whatever's the best time other than snow season. Maybe a summer, a spring. You can send me pictures, send me video, but yeah, I'm not trying to experience the Colorado snow. Flat doesn't mean. What the heck is Cheryl talking about? Okay. I don't know if it's flat or round, but someone said if it was flat, why can't you walk off the edge? Or is it so much we don't know? I don't know. I think it's interesting in stuff like when you start looking into like the history of maps, um, and from like I forget the specific guy, but like in the 1500s when they came up with a the standard of map that was accepted, it was mainly like for navigational purposes, ships or whatever allegedly at that time. Um, and however they was able to come up with all this or whatever. And then I think you fast forward, I forget what was it. I forget when they did the next adoption of like the map or different things like that. But what I did, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I don't necessarily believe like a flat Earth. Uh, I'm open either way. I don't necessarily believe flat Earth is like flat like a pancake. If anything, if I was to consider like the flat theory or the flat version, I would consider it more like a snow globe. You know, a snow globe. You've got your enclosed environment, your enclosed atmosphere. You've got your firmament that keeps everything protected, keeps everything secure. Uh, and amongst that, inside of that snow globe, you have different elevations, uh, different places, different things going on. In my version of whatever flat Earth could be, or whatever it is, that would my version would look like basically a snow globe. If you could just imagine everything on a certain plane enclosed in a giant snow globe. But there you go. That could be better. A goblet, you know, a goblet. Get your goblet game up, ladies and gentlemen. Got to get me a new goblet. My super glued rhinestone goblets kind of phased out. It served its purpose. Yeah, in my mind, if I look at it like the flat Earth or uh, from that perspective, yeah, I look at everything like on a flat plane. It doesn't necessarily mean uh, everything's flat to a point. Because I mean, we see mountains, we see hills, we see variations. So I mean, of course, it's not completely flat. You know, like what is it, Iowa or one of them states? It's just like completely flat, nothing. But yeah, like enclosed in like a giant snow globe. Every so often it gets shook up a little bit. Every so often that little musical chime gets wound up. And some things happen. Some things get shifted around. But with everything being, you know, instead of going out and seeing what's actually happened, different things, everything is just kind of shifted. Some people still go out and about. Some people just, stay home for whatever reasons. I do understand that, but I think I might as well just go ahead with it. Just pay the 300K and just take a trip to Antarctica. See what's going on down there. I think 300K should get me there. Oh damn, what's going on down here? Let's see here. Get you some Blue Chew, Doc. Damn, what's Doc got going on? Doc's in chat. Get you some Blue Chew. Feeling down? Girlfriend talking about leaving you? Dogs possibly ran away? Get you some Blue Chew, dog. Get you some Blue Chew. Just in the name, like you just couldn't even come up with like a snazzier name, You just named it a color and something that you do. I'm pretty sure I could have come up with a better name than Blue Chew. I don't know. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. one of those instances when most people's running out, you're running in, running in. I forget what you call them. I watched, I guess it was like a documentary of those guys, uh, like those roughnecks, whatever you call them, like the roughneck firefighters. They'll just get dropped off in a forest and they just gotta carve their way out of there with a couple axes, maybe a chainsaw, some shovels, some about a half a mile of rope. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I was thinking, man, I don't know what the camera guy had went through before he went through there and filmed that, but I was like, dang, they threw the camera guy right into the mix. Camera guy always survives, though. Ultimately, we all know this. In any good or bad picture, the camera guy always survives. He's usually the smartest one in the bunch. Let's see what's going on here. Uh-oh. Speaking of pole vaulters, speaking of people who vault poles, let's see here.
Who vault poles? That's funny.
Hey, people like it. See, they're clapping about it. They like hearing it.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's on your mind? What do you think about it?
Okay. So I'm sitting
This is
here.
gonna be good.
Well, there's this combo
I like it.
going on, flat, round, whatever. I think it's more complicated than that. Even science nowadays is saying, well, it's an ellipsis, which means like a top, like the middle bulges.
Yeah,
That
almost
by
like a pear,
definition
kind of.
is not like a marble. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I mean, is it irrelevant? Yes. Do I like to catch them in a lie? Yes. So I'm sitting here and I've got this. Okay. I know y'all love some show and tell.
I love it.
I've got this. This is a ring. This is to
I'm gonna make you
hold.
big screen if that's okay.
Go ahead.
No way I can see the thing. Hold on, let's see here. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. So this is a ring bowl that I have right next to the computer. And so like this is a magnetic, one of those hematite rings. When I'm not wearing all these rings on my fingers, I stick them in this bowl. This is like a stone. It's irrelevant. Okay. These are actually little Herkimer diamonds, which come from New York. They're a type of crystal, but they're called a Herkimer diamond from the Herkimer mine. Then
Man,
there's like
you got
this,
diamonds laying around in your change jar, man. What's going on here?
yeah. And this is kind of like a polished, I don't know if it'd be like a jasper or somebody might know. But here's my point.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm looking at this dish. I'm going to remove everything from it. And it's interesting, everything I have in this is in earth. This is a stone from earth. Even these rings on my fingers, these are copper. This is turquoise and silver, this is from earth. This hematite is from earth. The Herkimers are from earth. Now, picturing the round flat situation, right? When I said goblet, and this is the inside of this dish, which is like all crystally and shit.
yeah, that's how I think Earth looks. Yeah, we're like that.
Right. So like Cheryl saying, well, wouldn't you just fall off? Or there's that common joke of, well, then why didn't the cats knock everything off the edge?
Yeah, or all the water just flowed off
the
the edge.
inside here is flat, but there's this ice wall. You know what I'm saying? That
Mhm.
this is topography. It could be mountains. It could be fucking, I don't know. All right. But it's topography one way or another. But our existence is in this concave portion. And some interesting theories that I have seen is like, okay, so you go outside the ice wall here of this piece,
Yeah,
and then there's a whole bunch more exactly like it, meaning that there are many other worlds. If you look at an old enough map, it'll have like our continents, and then you go a little ways and you see other continents, named continents like Jupiterville and whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, it could be an egg, Eimer, like the but just for demonstration purposes, yes, Jerry, water finds a level. Exactly. You pour water in this, it's going to be level. Anyway, but there's some theories out there that there are other pockets just like ours. We don't really see them. And then, we're all under kind of this similar dome. And in some places in the world, you look at it and the sky does appear to have like a curve to it. Like right above you seems further away. And then it just like, it kind of feels like you're in a dome. Pat, there's two North Poles. There's magnetic north and true north. And, they fucking, they try to explain a lot of things. Gravity is still a theory. But is that what it's called, Jerry? The Perry map? Like there's some maps that, like I said, there's other worlds on Earth. It's still the same Earth, but
Seen a map like that. I forget what it was called or what it was titled, but I've seen several like that, and it always made me wonder. Was it if nothing else, and I guess ultimately, like you said, would it change anything as far as now? I mean, ultimately, it would just lead to more questions. Like how long has something like this been going on? But yeah, I think of like that. How like they say that there's 7 continents allegedly on Earth. I always think of it. Okay, what if there is 7 continents, but everything that we can conceive and see in what we consider Earth is just one continent, and there's like 6 other Earth domes within this one thing, or I don't know.
yeah, kind of like a golf ball.
Yeah, I think about a lot of things like that. Ultimately, will it change anything? I don't really think so. My life would still be whatever it is, but I do find it interesting. I guess if nothing else, what ifs.
The 4 pillars, Pat Evans, it could be as simple as northeast, southwest. It could be literal pillars, and underneath of them might be Sheol, might be, a whole other world. And that would be where Ymir's egg comes in.
Yeah.
Actually, the cosmic egg, if you look up Google images of the cosmic egg, it's a pretty good description of this. Like the middle is sort of like the base of that dish I just showed. There's still sort of a dome above it, and there's a dome below it. As above, so below. And the dome below it has a whole world. There's
yeah
things living there,
Or whatever map it was where it showed like different rings. I don't know if you've seen that map. There was the map where it showed like different rings or like the alleged different realms of Earth, I guess. And then it showed like what we consider, I guess, is ours. And then you go out to different rings. I don't know if that was maybe like I don't know. Or even in some depictions or wordings, they talk about like different dimensions or different levels of heaven. Whatever that may or may not mean. I think it would all be connected some type of way.
Right.
If one is true, it doesn't mean all are true, but in all the mix of whatever we talk about, there's some truth amongst it somewhere.
Yeah. There's truth in every myth, lore, religion, belief system, whatever it is. There's truth in all of those somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like sifting for gold. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Who said that?
Who said that?
There.
That.
They said we are all at war yet. We've managed to keep a treaty protecting Antarctica from exploration because a treaty was signed back in the 50s. I call BS. I agree.
Yeah, something. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's too cold for me to visit. I'm gonna have to, we're gonna have to get somebody from up north, somebody possibly maybe from Canada near the North Pole, magnetic or whatever. It's one of the two. I don't know if it's like what they call the North Pole or the actual like magnetic North Pole. One of them is like in the middle of like a body of water or something. I forget which one it is. But, yeah, the actual physical, I guess, magnetic, and then whatever geographical.
Yeah, it's a lot to digest and think about.
Hey, Virginia.
Hey, girl, hey.
Oh, shit, Virginia's here. Dang.
But I mean, what treaty has ever been followed? Really? Seriously. Especially for that long.
There's
She
a
just call it
reason.
tricky. Tricky.
Mm.
Tricking. I don't know. They all have different terms, you know, whatever the terms are. Oh, you violated the terms. You violated the terms of service. What do you mean? I haven't even signed yet. You just see you didn't read. You had to sign within the X amount of time, you know. See? You didn't read the terms. You get canceled before you even get started.
Treaties that get followed are the ones being run by the mafia heads. Like this world is run by various mafias, and they all trickle somewhere to some family, to some bloodline. There could be 13, there could be 300. It's irrelevant. They know who each other are, and they are all in everything together. Believe that. They're all cousins, they're all related, they're all woven together over time. Word is bond, right? Yeah, at least 13. And so they all have common interest in, it could be just the mystery, but it could also be some investment there, and that could be endless things. Aliens, resources, the devil. I mean, it could be a bunch of shit.
If I were the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Illuminati confirmed.
Or as people say, oh, the devil made me do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, give him the insane plea. He said the devil made him do it.
Right. The reptilian cave.
Wherever that connection. I think they probably, I don't know, probably somewhere along the lines, I don't know, maybe the snake or whatever made something, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. I'd have to see them start walking around. I'd have to see the crocodile people start walking around, you know.
Yeah.
As hot as it is down here, I figured I would have seen one by now. You figured they would have slipped up, you know?
They're shapeshifters. You have seen one.
I probably have. I just can't admit that live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
I'm winking. I'm winking right now. I'm doing a virtual wink.
I tell you what, you meet one though, you'll know. I've
Like
met
that.
a few. You know.
I think it was a Stephen King novel they made into a book, but it was called what was it called? Sleepwalkers. Remember that movie? Where was if anybody seen it? Basically, it was this it looked like a guy and a woman, and they posed as like they were moving to a new town, and it was like it was his mom and a son, but they were like shapeshifters or something like that. Like they could transform into any person. They didn't like cats. Cats didn't like them. Like when they was at their house, it was like one scene where like all the cats from like all the neighborhood were just sitting in front of their house doing like this eerie like whine for whatever reason. I think it was Sleepwalkers. That was an interesting movie. Yeah, they would just go from like town to town, like draining people's life force.
Whoosh.
Doc P said Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Is that it?
Did I glitch out again?
You're here. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know. I glitched out earlier. Maybe I glitched out this time. I don't know. But it was a movie called, I think, Sleepwalkers. It was a Stephen King book, but they made it into a movie. I think it came out maybe mid-90s.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was called Sleepwalkers too.
Yeah. Yeah, the cop was chasing the guy we thought was like a kid, and I guess the cop had a cat or his cat in the car with him. The cop pulled up beside him and told him to pull over, and the cat looked at him, and the dude started like shape shifting into all different type of people and like creatures and stuff.
Oh, I think I saw a piece of that. Just that part.
Yeah, that's the whole movie right there, Bonnie.
Oh.
I hadn't seen that movie in years. I watched it as a kid. I'm like, oh hell no, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I see the cat start freaking around somebody. That might be the shapeshifter, you know? Just go around putting like plates of cat food around anybody's house that you may find questionable, you know? Yep. They're shapeshifters. The cats didn't even bite, you know? Not even the possums. Possums didn't even venture in on that one.
Sorry about that. That went down the wrong pipe.
Oh, damn. Man, how do I owe money? How do I owe you money? What happened? Thought you owed me a $50 bill. How'd I go from being 50 in the green to whatever in the red? I might have used him as a phone a friend. I don't know. I don't know. That would be interesting. I don't know. You want to look through the looking glass, but I don't know. Might see something you just couldn't handle.
Hmm.
What shape are you trying to transfix? I don't even know. So let your imagination run wild. Whatever you can imaginate and recreate, you know. That's what you see fit to transfix me as. So be it. I don't know. Nah, I be my luck. Like when you was a kid and your grandma said, "All right, you keep making them crazy faces, your face gonna get stuck that way." You know, that'd be my luck. I just get stuck into like a weird morph. I look like the Play-Doh man or like the Mr. Potato Head or something. You know, you just get stuck that way.
Yes.
Yep. Like that one time it happened, you be like, "Yep, grandma was right. Keep making these weird faces, you're gonna get stuck that way."
Tongue hanging out, eyes drooping.
Had me questioning life at 9 years old, Bunny. I'm like, dang, kids ain't supposed to have. Uh-oh, they got her. They abducted Virginia.
Oh no.
Shapeshifters got her, Bunny. She had a good run. One of the best runs we've ever seen, you know? One of the best runs we have ever seen here at Watts World.
My, people come and go so quickly here.
Probably the
Yeah,
interwebs. The interwebs. They're always doing something weird. Seems to be getting weirder by the day. No doubt. Thinking about doing that. I think you've inspired me, Doc P, to do a spinoff of Watts World. The Busta from Augusta Chronicles. You know? If I ever do it, you know, you've completely inspired that idea. That may be a new side quest, a new side skit. Stay tuned. Seems to be polling well. Polling numbers are up. Good poll numbers, Bunny. Real good poll numbers.
Ken, East Coast time or Central? East, I think. It's 9. It's
So
10:30.
I think they said people should be floating on the East Coast around 10:33. So we're yeah,
Yep.
about 9 hours away here on the East Coast from liftoff, ladies and gentlemen. We're about 9 hours away from liftoff, allegedly. T minus 9 hours and holding. I don't know.
Did anybody go to sleep tonight?
Yeah, what do you do if you wake up in Oz, Bunny? What are you going to do when you're in Oz? What'll be your first mission if you wake up in the land of Oz?
I have to be awake at 9, so I'll be awake when it's allegedly happening.
All right. Well, if you're not driving yourself to the doctor, just take a nap. Just nap it out, you know? What happened here? UTC. I don't know. Maybe the University of Tennessee Central. I don't know. Shout out to the University of Tennessee Central.
I was wondering if because he said two. Okay, wait. Ken is saying 2:33 p.m.
Well, hell, you might as well make it 3:33 and just conjoin all conjunctions. All right, maybe we got a little bit more time to spare. Maybe they gave us a little bit more time, ladies and gentlemen. Hell yeah.
Well, I won't be going live then.
Feel better now, Bonnie. We can at least make it through lunch. Make it through lunch. Give us time for our digestive process to take place. Get our appointments out the way. Yeah, I appreciate it. They probably had to call in the Rainmaker on that one.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Never mind, ladies and gentlemen. Reports are coming in fresh off the wire. 2:33 p.m. UTC is 10:33 EST. Yeah, where is that from? Where is that in Scandinavia?
That's what I was gonna say. What's
Must be where
UTC?
CERN is. That's like CERN's coordinates. 2:33 northwest by 10:33 southwest. I think that's their coordinates. I think that's code, Bonnie. That's definitely code. I don't know. Can't even Google it and look it up. Must be I don't know. Uzbekistan. Is Uzbekistan still a country or did it get dissolved? Uzbekistan? Is it still around?
I'm not sure. And I would think the C has to do with China.
What happened? What happened in China?
The UTC. I was thinking the C was China.
Could
For
be.
that.
Could be. It's better than my guess. I thought it was a school. I thought it was thought it was a university. The Fighting Musketeers. Could be. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably right. Whatever time. I don't know how many. No, that can't be China time.
Oh, there it is. Coordinated Universal Time.
Okay, there you go. That's my fault. I think I missed that. I think you did say that earlier. Coordinated Universal Time is the primary time standard globally used to regulate clocks and time. It establishes a reference for the current time, forming the basis for civil time and time zones, Money. You got to have civil time, We don't think about it enough. We focus more on the time zones itself, but we got to be civil in time. Got to have civil time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to UTC. Unless you come to Athens, then it's no bueno, see? What I'm here to say. Yeah. 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 No doubt. Just a mass hypnosis, a mass ritual. Who knows? Hey, now they're switching us to universal time now, Bonnie. We have to redo everything. UTC facilitates international communication, navigation, science, research, and commerce. UTC has been widely embraced by most countries and is the effective successor to Greenwich time. Damn. There you go. They're doing it big in Greenwich. They're funneling time, buddy. Funneling time.
I was down at my daughter's getting my bandage changed. My son-in-law, he was sitting there and he goes, "Child, here we're supposed to have some kind of anti-gravity thing." And I said, yeah. And he said, "Where'd you hear it from?" And I said, "It's like all over the place." And
You just got to utilize the time tomorrow. If you know anybody that's like a late sleeper, they like sleep in for a long time,
mhm.
just like call them a bunch of times because they're not going to answer. Just send like a bunch of like empty texts and like pictures of the sky and like looking down. And they just, oh man, they call back, what's going on? Like, this, you all right? And just, tell them that you survived the gravity event. Where were you at? I was just sleeping. Dang, bro, you slept through it? Dang. You didn't see all the photos I sent you from floating? It's out there I'm out there on the trampoline just jumping up as high as I can, taking a picture. I'm floating. One man's survival to fight gravity at all costs. Coming to a suburban neighborhood near you this summer. No gravity. Oh man, had to bring in. We're gonna have to bring in RoboCop. We have to bring in the Terminator, and probably John Rambo and Chuck Norris to contend with these type of feats and pose money.
You know, but we've all become so untrusting and thinking everything's a psyop. Because look at July 4th was supposed to be a Big Bang something, right? And it wasn't. But I don't know, maybe one of these times they're going to get it right. And then we're all going to be surprised.
Hey, but his douchebags probably did figure out a way to cancel Gravity Bunny. They canceled everything else, dude. Man, if they cancel Gravity, I'm gonna be pissed. That's it. I'm done. I'm walking. If I survive, I'm just riding off into the sunset, buddy.
Yeah,
Just gonna go take over an island somewhere off of Savannah.
I'm
Me and
going to
Wilson.
my little wagon to pull along behind my car this week.
Yeah, no doubt. The land of the moving goalposts.
Yes.
Yeah, you ain't got to go to a Tennessee Volunteer game to watch the goalposts get moved. See that in the day-to-day life reality. You don't even got to watch sports. You can hate sports and not even watch sports. The goalpost is still relevant. Still relevant, buddy. Even
Yeah.
if you're playing against the Georgia Bulldogs. You heard of them? Or no?
Georgia Bulldogs. That
Hmm.
sounds familiar.
It's funny you say that. It's funny you mentioned the Georgia Bulldogs. Only got a couple more weekends to go. I think like 26 or 25 days.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Did you notice the leather?
Depends on how many float off with gravity tomorrow, I guess.
The little
I might have to
leather
suit up and go back.
in my pictures. Did you look at my pictures?
Where you got? Where's it at?
I posted in my community page. The
Got to
day
go
with
check it out. Been out of the community all day. Just getting back into it. I got to check it out.
No, this has been days ago. I've posted other things since then. But they had a little leather box. It was pretty cute with a longhorn on top of it. I didn't even look at the price. The price of everything there was sky high, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not nothing.
Oh, yeah. Some of them places, yeah, they're proud of it. They want you to know why it's not selling. They want you to know why it's just a permanent fixture, Then you look at the price tag and you're like, yep, that's why it's a permanent fixture. This is a decoration for them now.
Or they want to make their rent off of one item.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no doubt. However it is, yeah. Got to make some moolah.
Yeah.
You
Let's see how the Cowboys do this year.
can always sit on your sofa or your favorite recliner chair, Jerry, and yell "Go Dogs" at the TV. You can be a dog tonight. You can be a dog Indian. Possible.
Pat, bite your tongue. They're gonna make a comeback one of these years.
Yeah, I don't know. I might go check. I'm hoping to check out a Bulldog game this year. They got the the world's largest cocktail party when Georgia plays the Florida Gators. The Jacksonville Stadium is under they're doing renovations and stuff right now. So normally it's played in Jacksonville, but
Mhm.
since that whole stadium's going through renovations, they're alternating stadiums. So this year the Georgia versus Florida game is going to be played in Atlanta. And huh,
Oh,
speaking of flying high in Atlanta, look who we got here, Bunny. It's going to be played in Atlanta this year, and then next year, the Georgia versus Florida game, for anybody that cares, which probably most people don't, it's going to be played in Tampa Bay. So I'm in the process of trying to get some tickets or get up there to hot Atlanta. And guess what day the game's on? To really top it off and to really take the bizarre factor up another level.
uh-oh. What?
You didn't guess yet. You can't say uh-oh. You didn't guess.
November 3rd.
How did you know?
Is it really?
You looked it up.
No, I didn't.
See, that takes the fun out of it, Bunny, when you already know. Nah, it's Halloween. They got it on Halloween this year. So I said, man, Halloween in Hotlanta, that should definitely be for an interesting night.
Hmm.
That
Thinking about doing it. If I could get some tickets cheap enough,
you're brave.
which they're in Jacksonville they wasn't that bad, but the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, they're proud of that thing. They let you know it with the ticket sales.
Right.
It's not completely set in stone, but if it happens, I'll definitely be there.
Got your back, Virginia.
Oh, hey. Yeah, I lost you guys for a second. I couldn't hear anything at all. And then, so I muted, and then I finally froze. And that's why it seemed like forever. But yeah, that was weird. Weird timing,
Damn,
man.
we thought the damn what was we talking about at that time? We thought they got you.
Well, I think they probably did.
Flat Earth.
For real, man. Sometimes
Man,
this weird freezing shit, it will happen on certain topics. Or like, I couldn't hear you guys for a minute or two before I froze. Your audio just went away, but I was still back here. I don't know. So
yeah,
whatever
mine
we were
seems to be
talking
doing that
about,
later.
I got scrambled.
Sometimes the Wi-Fi goes out, but recently the Wi-Fi hadn't been going out. It's just been, I don't know. People say I cut out or went out for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's
Says
Yeah.
I got 10G full Wi-Fi barrage.
Hey, Cobra.
It'd be good. Maybe I'm over.
Right.
Maybe I'm over G'd. Need to take a few G's off.
You're over G'd. Now that's a deep hole.
It could be,
Yeah.
could be.
Mhm.
Some people. Yeah. To some people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you defied gravity. Completely floated out of Watt's world. I like it.
We're all about to in about 12 hours.
All right, I'm good. That'll give me too
Yeah.
many more time to process everything. It really ain't hit me yet.
It's 9 hours.
I
Anybody
guess it
who
really
has
won't hit until I float back down, ultimately.
well, I'll probably still be in bed, so I'll just land right back in it, and it'll be like one of those falling dreams. I'm like, well, huh, that was a deep
I
one.
don't know if I had like a falling dream, but I know there was like times, I don't think it's happened in a while, not to my knowledge, but there was like times when like I'd ride with my mom or just, I don't know, just be sitting somewhere taking a nap. And just like all of a sudden out of nowhere, it just feels like I'm just falling. I'm falling in your legs kick out, your arms kick out to try to grab something. And then you
Mhm.
wake up and you're just like, why the hell did I have that feeling, And I don't
Right.
think it was ever like I visually saw myself falling. It was just like all of a sudden, boom, it felt like the trap doors open and I was falling,
Just make sure your ceiling fans are off. That's all.
You may want them to be on. Maybe that added propulsion will like spin it away from you. If it's off, it's going to come straight down. Yeah, keep it on high speed. I don't recommend it, but yeah, you may want to just take the fans down. Take all the fans down.
Yeah.
Call it. Oh, that may be good. It just hold them to the ceiling. You got some ceiling huggers, you're good. Oh man,
Yeah.
knew I
And
should have invested in a med bed.
Oh, why? What's the safe word? Shenanigans.
No, I mean I could have repaired myself. I could have, you know what I mean?
Right.
Crawled in like Anakin Skywalker, you know, and just build back better, like Darth Vader.
Huh.
Things can happen, Virginia. You know these things can happen. Don't be surprised.
There's I want to say it was a magnet bed, probably in Japan or some shit, because those people are weird. But you can or you could have like a similar experience, like
Oh, that
just
would be horrible. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Yeah, you just bring a chick back to the house. You didn't even know she just got like a bionic arm or something. Oh, that could just go horribly wrong.
It really
Yeah. Or like what was I fixing? Oh yeah, I went to the flea market this past weekend, and we got 2 flea markets here locally. And usually I go to the newer of the 2, but man, it's gotten really bad. It was about on life support. And I was at there, and somebody said, man, the other flea market's in bad shape. So I said, the heck with it. I got to go see how bad it was. And man, it was pretty bad. I was walking around it, and most of it was like a ghost town. In the front, there was still some people set up. But at one point, I walked past just a bunch of stuff underneath the canopy, but nobody was around. Even if you wanted to buy it, nobody was around. But there was like this, it had to have been like the first generation tanning bed. Man, that thing looked old. It looked like a cryogenic chamber. It was so old. It was all dusted over. Somebody wrote on their death trap. I'm like, yep, definitely not going to sell that one, buddy.
Did you
Yeah,
have
it
to
was like
start
what John Jagger was self-tanning in back in the 50s. You know, one of them type of apparatuses.
no,
just
back then
dry?
wanted white skin. But this bracelet that I bought at the beach has a magnetic clasp. And so I have to really be careful, like if I'm eating, because it'll pick up the fork and sling everything.
Huh. That's like a cool hidden talent.
Yeah, just
You can have that
Dang.
work in your favor.
Don't poke your eye out,
Just be
Bonnie.
careful around your phone or the TV, though. You know, you don't want to demagnetize that. Oh man, I found out as a kid what the heck a magnet would do to a TV. I thought I was smart enough to explain it. It wasn't a magnet, and it wasn't me.
it'll mess up TV.
Those alphabetical refrigerator magnets, man, they can do some damage. They can do some
Right.
damage. You know, like the magnet's so strong when, like, when you're a kid, you couldn't even, like, when you was real little, you couldn't, like, pull it straight off. You had to, like, slide it all the way to the edge of the refrigerator to get it to break its clasp. Yeah.
Yep. You
I'm
denied
still-
it, and the next day your mom woke up and the magnet spelled out, "It saw you."
Yeah. You just start putting cryptic messages on your grandma's refrigerator.
Still have some of those that you have to slide to the edge.
Mm-hmm. That's where the magic happens.
Yep, should have got in the med bed, y'all. We would have been all right.
Mm-hmm.
You can for $1 million.
Oh, that's it?
I
Cool,
have no,
a cool million?
Huh.
Man, I wonder how many amps that thing will pull. Might have to get its own dedicated line. We get its own meter and service just for that thing. I don't know. I always think of when, like, I hear like med beds or something. I always think of like one of those science fiction or movies where somebody was injured and they laid them down and the little lasers and stuff start scanning them and telling you what all's wrong with them and they start fixing them,
Yeah.
And then like in so amount of time, the scar's gone, everything's healed up, Bunch of different movies. I think they did it in The Fifth Element or whatever, or something like that, or been in a bunch of different movies. I think of
That's
that whatever a med bed would be. I don't know.
it's interesting what Devin said he thinks it is.
Or maybe frequencies. I don't know. What did he say? Where's Devin at? Devin the dude. I don't
Yeah.
think med beds are real. I think the electromagnetic field flips and we get aligned with our natural frequency and heal instantly. Could be. Could be. Definitely believe it's some type of frequency. Could be frequency involved, whatever it may be,
Yeah, there is frequency involved, I think. Yeah.
A universal frequency, like a universal retuning or whatever it is.
Yep. Frequencies, vibrations.
I mean, ultimately, if it's like an ultimate limited universe, I mean, I could yell as loud as I possibly can, and that vibration and that frequency should just keep going. It should keep going until it hits something or runs into something. I don't know. I don't know how far it would have to go to disperse out. Like even dealing with electrical, over certain spans or longer periods, you have to account for a voltage drop. Whatever that is. See, speaking of voltage drop, you can't make these type of things up. Dropping it like it's hot over here at Watts World, but you have to account for like voltage drop, and it all depends on what type of service it is, and how far, different things like that. But who knows? Who knows these type of things, buddies?
My, people come and go so quickly here.
I don't know. She's having some troubles tonight.
Everybody's getting a little piece of the internet woes. I'm the zodiac sign they removed. There you go. Yeah, the Cocoon movie. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. I didn't watch the whole movie, but it was one of the days I was flipping through I don't know, it might have been on Tubi or one of those, where you get all the channels and movies for free. But yeah, they had Cocoon playing. I watched a little bit of it. It's an interesting movie. The 13th astrological sign is the Ophiuchus, which is a representation of the serpent bearer and is located between Scorpio and Sagittarius. The sun passes through Orpheus from November the 29th to December the 13th. There you go. Interesting time. The serpent bearer. If I ain't mistaken, that's how it was in the movie. I don't know if they made. I know they made different versions after this one came out, but I don't know if there was ones before it. But like in the mid to early '90s, they made that movie called Stargate, and I think at the beginning of the movie it showed like this scientist or explorer and his daughter like unearthing this big Stargate or this piece in Egypt. And then it fast forward to like years later, and when it showed that piece, she was a little girl, but then she became like an older woman, and she'd been studying it her whole life. But I think that was like in the parts of the movie they were trying to figure out why they couldn't get it to work. And I think that was in the movie. He said because you didn't recognize the 13th sign or the something. I don't know exactly if it was the 13th sign. It might have not been 13th, but there was like a sign or something that there was they didn't acknowledge, and without doing that or putting that in the system or the algorithm, it couldn't power up or generate. And once they did that, they put it in the system, then the Stargate started spinning, and all of a sudden the portal opened up. It might not have been 13. Now that I'm thinking about it, It might have been, I don't know. Anyway,
All
13
I
days.
can tell you is my internet or whatever does not like this topic. Like right when I came in, y'all were talking about something else. We went on to frequencies and healing, and I literally did you guys hear it by the way? On my end, my computer went verb, 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 and then crashed me out.
No, I
Oh my
didn't hear.
I felt the timing because as soon as I said something, and boom, as soon as I said it, it happened. What I say, the
I'm
lights go out or the power went out, boom, and then you dropped out.
gonna choose to believe that you did feel it because I really think there's something to that. I
I
really
didn't do
do.
anything though. I just said a thing and you were gone, you know. And for my
Yes.
next act,
Mm-hmm.
my next reappearing act, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm glad you did hear it. No, because the machine started making a really messed up loud sound.
Man, you
So I
started
muted
dialing up.
really
You started
fast.
dialing up and
Right, it did. It sounded like a fax or a dial-up. So I muted really fast and I was like, dang, I wonder if that came like out through, you know, the StreamYard's YouTube world. Yeah, very bizarre. I don't like it either, Cheryl.
yeah, I mean, hell, we're losing gravity and they can't even give us a decent internet connection.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
You'd think they'd have it nailed by now.
Hell, Bubba in prison's FaceTiming his old lady. You know what I mean? We can't get a decent stream here. You know what I mean? This dude's doing
Yankees just
this dude's
called.
doing 25 to life, and he's FaceTiming every night.
It's read by Paranoia, and Yankee just called me out. VR is paranoid and looking to get pissed off, so they do it to her right in those moments. And maybe you're right, Red Horse. Maybe you're right. Maybe maybe it is just to ruffle my feathers.
Rest well, Joe Phelps. Rest well. There's a lot of interesting things coming out, you know. And these type of things always have. I don't mean to completely sidetrack it, you know. It's just the autism in me. But yeah, Joe Phelps. There's definitely a lot of different things coming out. Like any time these things do, you know. The smoke never really settles, you know. And if anything, they increase the smoke, increase the mirror output, you know. You got to have proper distortion, proper confusion, you know. But yeah, shout out Joe Phelps. He's
How did
definitely
he
one of.
end up in a psych ward hospital? Is there a chain of command for his being?
No, not that. Hold on, what did you? I'm sorry. What did you say again?
How did he end up in a psych
Now that
ward?
I don't know. That I don't know. The last, I mean, I saw him and spoke with him probably like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
When he was here in town, he came back from Costa Rica, and I didn't talk with him very long, maybe 15, 20 minutes. And same as I always remember him, upbeat, full of energy. You know what I mean? Was telling me he had to handle a few things here in town, different properties. I think soon as he got back, the van, his like little travel van, kind of something broke on it, so that even kind of just extended his thing. But you know, he was positive, upbeat, and said, yeah, he gets these things handled. He's going back to Costa Rica. Had done finalized all his paperwork allegedly to make everything legal. You know, he'd been doing a lot of homesteading and everything during the process, but whatever their terms of citizenship or however that goes in Costa Rica, everything was green and good to go now. But I don't know.
A
Somebody
psych ward. Hmm.
can't said his wife put him there, or whatever she is, his partner.
Okay.
And but what's weird is the timing, like, because he was in Augusta at the time, right?
Yeah, all this happened within like I say a month, maybe a month and a half at best. Yeah, all this kind of like transpired within the last month and a half. As far
Yeah.
as certain things, you know, whatever was in the work or whatever was happening behind the scenes, I don't know. You know, uh, I don't know much about the woman or his. I don't think it was like officially wife, maybe partner. I think they went by the partner status, but I don't know much about her. I don't know originally where she came from.
Yeah.
They met
Right.
connected somewhere in his travels. You know, he's been around the world, but I don't know exactly when she came into play. More recently
Okay.
than not.
He passed in Costa Rica, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, a psych ward in Costa Rica, like their guidelines, even in the US, it's fairly
Oh yeah.
difficult
Super.
to get
Yeah.
someone put
Hardly
in a
any.
psych ward. Like what kind of criteria has to be met in Costa Rica? I don't know. And I don't know if it's easier or more difficult as far as voluntary, involuntary, all of that
Yeah.
business, you know. But what led up to that? I feel you on the handler thing.
Yeah. I did notice that after he posted his last couple of videos, like from Augusta, the next kind of videos or like shorts or whatever was like her saying stuff, and I'm like, damn, that's kind of weird. You know,
Mm,
usually she's like kind of in the background. You know, he acknowledged her. You know, it shows her and stuff, but it's never was just her. And I thought that was kind of weird. And then it was like, okay, you know, maybe he's
mm.
doing some stuff. You know, maybe she's just, you know, whatever. But it did seem kind of weird and kind of odd.
Yes, it did. And the things she was saying.
Like what? Like I
Like,
never followed them, so yeah. What was she saying?
okay, like, I guess his father passed away recently,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. Yeah.
he was having a really hard time with that. Oh, Ken said he died in Georgia.
What?
I thought I saw Costa Rica.
So now it's getting better.
Yeah.
Paulding County. I know where Paulding County is.
Well, see, and so we're getting all this mixed information too.
Yep.
But she was saying something about Joe had his own things that he had to deal with, and it was within him to be able to do that. But I don't know. It was just it just seems strange to me, the last video I saw that she did. And so I saw somebody say handler possible, you know?
Mhm.
I don't know. Um, a lot of
Could
the
be.
symbolism of his tattoos kind of looked like,
Connected.
yeah.
Mhm.
and 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 a YouTube influencer or TikTok influencer, when does a news station pick that up within an hour of the passing? I mean, that was unusual also.
How many followers did he have on the talks? Because it depends on how popular they were.
I don't know on each particular like platform, but probably overall across all platforms, at least millions between Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. I don't know what else. I've only ever watched him on YouTube. I followed him. I see his videos on Facebook, but I better have to say millions across all social medias, probably at least.
Damn.
Well, they, um, because they were saying that it wasn't a gigantic channel, you know, like Roseanne or something like that. But
Yeah, I think on YouTube he's got in the hundreds of thousands. I don't know how many officially, I forget. But
okay.
I think he's a lot bigger on TikTok, and then he still got a big following on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, but on Facebook still.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ken said over 1 million subscribers.
Oh yeah, easily over 1 million, no doubt.
Well, his death being ruled that can, as determined by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation Examiner's Office, that doesn't mean that's where he died. They might have sent his body there for an autopsy, and the Georgia Bureau ruled it that. That doesn't mean he died in Georgia. Everything I saw up to this point, it was Costa Rica.
Somebody using aluminum foil?
Aluminum foil?
Oh, sound like somebody was eating aluminum foil.
Dude!
Didn't hear that.
Oh, no, I haven't done that for years.
I did it once. I tried to make like a little fake grill. Thought I
Right,
was cool.
right. You fool.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It lasted about 30 seconds. I said, the hell with this stuff. I can't even take the fake one. You know what I mean? Sell for a few gold teeth, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
much about the chick or much about this. I don't know.
And
It's
well,
like most situations, we ain't even been a weekend and it's already unfolded and refolded and
Yep.
folded back in on itself.
yes.
I'm assuming they're gonna have everything here locally, whatever final resting or whatever respect they're gonna have here at some point locally. Need to reach out to whatever channels I could try to reconnect with here locally and find out. But I know a bunch of people's gonna be there regardless. I don't know if the family will even have it open. I don't know.
His family's in Georgia, aren't they?
Yeah, he's got family here. He's got family here locally in Augusta.
That's what I
Several
thought.
parts of Georgia, but yeah, this was like his home camp.
So, but it's kind of weird that they sent him to Georgia for the autopsy. Well, I guess it's not. If that's
They
what
might have
the-
done one in both places.
It
But,
just depends on wherever they ship them at, wherever they're the
yeah.
home office or wherever they're,
yeah. And
Yeah,
if
it won't
that's
necessarily always go back to wherever he was from. It'll just be whatever closest place or wherever they have somebody, I guess, to do it.
and if that's where the funeral home's going to be, then I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it, see what I can't find out.
It's
Maybe
just
just be
that.
like that. Just dress up in my all black tuxedo, put on my black shades, my all black Georgia Bulldog hat, and just stand off mysteriously in the background underneath a big oak tree with my umbrella,
Yeah.
Huh. Pics or it didn't happen.
Right.
Well, it's mysterious, Virginia. That kind of completes the whole thing of being mysterious.
It's not that
Yeah,
mysterious.
just,
We also want to know where you got the cigar from in the picture. Just let us know.
it was in some movie. The guy was like, "Yeah, we got to make a deal. Whenever one of us pass away, the other one's just got to show up and just stand in the background, all mysterious and everything, and people just gonna wonder what was this guy involved with, you know?"
I was going to say, there's probably going to be others dressed like that,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no
Then-
doubt. That's why I blend right in, Bonnie.
except without the cap.
Yeah, I probably need to do away with the cap. You're right. That might be a giveaway.
Mhm.
Still keep the umbrella though.
Your height is the giveaway.
Maybe replace the hat with a pipe. Maybe have like a smoking pipe.
There
Okay.
you go.
That adds a
How
level of
many are
mystery.
going to be 6'7" though?
I'm so high up they don't see the smoke. They just think it's fog rolling in.
All right.
They never suspect anything.
Mm-hmm.
It just
I'm
blends in.
mesmerizing with my Gandalf pipe.
Mm-hmm.
See, you know what I'm saying? It's trending. I like it. I like Doc P's ad libs. Lagusta Nostra,
Mm-hmm.
Secret South.
Very witty. It's a witty dude.
Lagusta Nostra. There we go. Put that on the shirt. They definitely would cancel me. The hell does this guy think he is? People that go to Olive Garden will get offended like they're really Italian. You know what I mean? It's like you've never had an Italian experience besides the unlimited pasta bowl. What do you mean? How you gonna critique my name choice? You know?
Yeah.
You never even been to Rome, Georgia. How you just gonna get mad?
That's funny.
There we go. Augusta Nostra. Oh, that's like that show. I don't know. I doubt y'all probably ever seen it, but there used to be a show called Peaky Blinders. Y'all ever heard of that show?
Yep.
That was a pretty good show. For whatever it was worth, it was pretty interesting. But it was like nobody ever seen it. It kind of told the story of like this guy. He just got back from war. He was like he was a gypsy. He had a gypsy family or whatever. But like from pretty much rags to riches, had nothing coming back from the war, and then pretty much almost had it all. Had it all and lost it all.
Oh.
Yeah, I watched that. I think they made a movie about it. I think they made a movie about the show. I haven't seen the movie yet. It probably was a bust. A lot of them times when it does the movie, they just, you wish you wouldn't even saw it.
They ruin everything.
But yeah, it was like kind of told like the underworld or like the gangster-esque side of like the up and coming. What was it? England, different parts of England, like from World War One up to like World War Two. I think when the series ended, it was like in the 19th. It was right in the middle of World War Two, like when that one famous bombing when allegedly they dropped a bunch of bombs and stuff on London that one time. I think that's when the series ended during that whole time period.
Ken is having an existential crisis right now.
Yeah.
People
Put the
magazine
keyboard down.
reports the Paulding County Coroner's Office, Georgia, officially handled the case and confirmed the manner of death. This means the death occurred in Paulding County. Dang you, Paulding County. See, it's too close to Spalding. Wilson confirmed. We're on the island. It's not a globe. It's no globe.
Yeah.
I'm not even
We're
into
officially
gematria, and I
ripping
just broke it down and solved everything right there.
Yeah.
Paulding
Yeah.
Probably
County.
pissed off the Costa Ricans. They're probably mad at me now. Oh well.
Yeah. It goes to show you we really don't know anything. I bet you can find a few. I mean, I still don't see how that means that's where it happened, just because the coroner's office there officially handled the case. Costa Rica is not the U.S. Americans are very much into paperwork, and so no, I still don't.
Got one of
feel
those
like
offices here. I don't know what level they handle it, but we've got a GBI office and like a GBI coroner. Now I don't know I forget what all they do out there. It may be like minimal stuff. I don't know. I don't know exactly.
Oh no, Cheryl took a dive. What's in the bottom of the ocean? Cheryl, we don't know.
Billionaires who tried to float down there in Mario Karts. Yeah. Billionaires in Mario Kart, Cheryl, and the Titanic allegedly.
Mhm.
I'm not going down there. Hell no. I'm not going down. No, I ain't going in the ocean. Definitely not in no submarine. You couldn't pay me enough cash to go in the sub.
Absolutely not. I mean, what were they thinking? Going down in a tin can that far?
With a Sega Dreamcast remote, a
Yes.
GameCube remote, wireless
like-
remote with no batteries in it. Where did you think you were going to go?
Supposedly, it was an implosion where they like disintegrated. There was so much pressure. I don't know, man.
It just sounded funny. It's like they allegedly, however it happened, like I could be wrong, but from what I can remember, they like self-imploded before they even got to the level of the Titanic, or I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking, well, how did they do it? Was the craft really that shoddy? How did somebody else get down there before? And these guys couldn't do it.
Right.
And I think they paid to do it. These were like billionaires that paid to do it. And you couldn't pay me to do it. And I've never even seen a billion. How crazy is that?
There was something fishy about that whole thing, too.
Oh, it's definitely fishy, Bonnie. It ain't the chicken of the sea, but it's fishy.
Yeah. I saw a clip like yesterday asserting, and you know how people make shit up, so I'm not saying I believe this, but I saw a clip asserting that when some of the pieces eventually came up, body parts, pieces of metal, whatever they retrieved, that
Yeah.
some of the people who retrieved that and looked at it are claiming that perhaps the submersible was eaten by something, that it didn't implode. So imagine a giant squid or a fucking mastodon or something, you know, mythological that doesn't exist. And there's people claiming that it looks like they got chewed up and spit out.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Which wouldn't look much different than an implosion if you
And
think
at that
about
point, it wouldn't even matter. By the time you even realize what happens, it's over with.
it. Yep.
Kraken's got you.
Mm-hmm.
It's mermaid mayhem.
Thank you, Eimer. Confirmation. Yes. That's a theory rolling around out there. I did not dream it. Yeah, something like wrapped him up and ate him. And I don't know if it was a juicy burp or, you know, just refuse from the chew. I don't even remember if it said what the creature was, but just, yeah,
The Kraken.
could
They
be the
finally
crack.
released it.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Might have been Godzilla. I did think they said Godzilla was coming back. So who
Right.
knows? I ain't going 20,000 leagues under the sea.
No.
The size of some stuff in the ocean is beyond even animals we know about. I can't think of whichever whale it is, but something that's 120 feet long is like a 10-story building, a 12-story building. Think about how big that is swimming past you.
Oh
know?
yeah, I'm not trying to contend with anything that has a bigger eyeball than I am the size.
Right.
If its eyeball is bigger than I am tall, no, I'm not trying to know. I
Mm-hmm.
know it went to the Georgia Aquarium years ago, and they used to have more. I think they used to have like 4 whale sharks, but I think now they're like down to like 1 or 2 maybe. But I know seeing one of those in person, man, they had, and it was, I think the time I went they were down to 3. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was just massive. It's crazy, you know.
Well, even just a whale is huge.
And
Yep.
but yeah, to think of something that may be stories tall or bigger than that. Oh well,
Like old paintings of the Kraken, it looked like a squid or an octopus eating a whole ass ship. We're talking, I mean, those ships are, I don't know, me no math. 100 feet long? How long are those ships?
150, 200 feet long at least, maybe.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm picturing. And they just chomp it down. It's like a little cracker on a snack cheese tray. Like,
You think of all the stuff that has been put into the ocean.
mm-hmm.
Of course, it's going to be able to mutate things, I would think.
If the catfish got 3 eyes, what do you think it's doing to the krakens? You know what I mean? Dude.
I mean, but how do we know? How do we know what is or isn't there?
Well,
It could
I mean,
still be
lots
there.
of people that dive all over the place, and they seem to go down to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So I would
I'm
think
not
there.
doing that. I'm not even getting in the shark cage.
Mm.
You know, I look at it as aquarium status. You know, but yeah, I'm not getting in this environment.
No, I'm fine with being on top of the water.
Yeah,
In a
until you
boat.
see this giant twin tower size shadow just swim and maneuver underneath you. You know,
Yeah.
Or like you see those pictures of with whatever AI or whatever, it shows that picture from above, like somebody surfing or doing something, and you just see like this image of this just massive shark or
Right.
massive creature right underneath them, and they don't even know it. Oh
Then
man,
okay, I'm gone.
the megalodon, man. Yeah, you
Something.
thought you had it rough in Kansas. Shoot, you ain't even met the megalodon in the Kraken yet.
For a second, I thought you said megalodon, and then I was like, Doc P, stop talking in my head with your megalodon, because he's so witty with words. Like,
Could be. It could be a rough
we got
translation.
quantum entangled for a second.
It happens.
It
Happens to
does.
the best of us. In the word.
Oh goodness.
Another a uniting factor. You know, we can all share that as well.
Mhm.
I'm not even gonna ask.
That's it. You'll eventually like it, you know. New age, Bunny. Living in the new world
Okay,
with an
that would,
old soul.
if I heard what I think I heard, that would be scary.
Just if you think you heard it, just Google it. If you think you heard it, then Google it, Bunny.
You know
No,
what's
not
even funnier is Mary is like 4 minutes behind. Wait till she gets to the megalodon. She's still at the eyeball.
okay. That's what I thought you said.
Visualize that, Mary.
Exactly.
Completely embrace and visualize that. You know, embrace that. Let's see. Do I have a visual reference? Let's see if I have some type of visual reference for Mary. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. What do I have? Oh crap! I ain't got nothing. Where'd the image go? Sorry, Mary. Had this beautiful visual lined up for you, and somehow it's just gone.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Maybe this will help. I don't know. Does this do anything for you?
That's wonderful.
No. Nah, me neither.
Mhm.
Me neither. Let's see here. Nah.
Oh.
Nah. Let's see here. What does this
Ooh.
do? Oh damn, we're all gone. Where did we go? It's a
Yeah.
blackout. Don't want to show that one, does it? All right, we'll just go neutral. Sorry, Mary, we just got to keep it neutral right now.
I think maybe she caught up.
Yeah, we
Oh,
just
that's
lost.
hilarious.
We just lost like half the audience. They thought they was going to see something they didn't want to see.
Yeah. I apologize.
I know who the watchers are now. I know who the watchers. You know,
Mhm. Yeah.
some of y'all got issues. I got issues too, so that's how I know. Yeah, I don't know what happened. They didn't want me to show whatever that was. I think it was a picture of everybody falling up. Want to know what you think? Want to know what you do? They don't think you do, but I know that you do.
Huh.
Devin knows about the thing.
What you do when you do. Mhm.
That voodoo that you do.
The real question is why? Why do you do? I'm so happy for Mary. She's she's having a giggle fit. I love this.
Do that
Mhm.
did look like poo that you had in that dish. That mound that you took out of it to show the dish. And those stones that you have,
Mhm.
I have pretty much the same thing. Yep.
That's what's up. I love that.
It's like a little freestyle. She just kind of like ad-libbed a little freestyle there. Nice. Spoken word.
Beatnik. Yeah. Snap, 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 snap.
Just keep on snapping. Because your dollar ain't shit. And it's taxed to no end by those rich men, north of rich men. You're probably too young to know about any of that.
No.
They're going to have an AI robots doing everybody's job. Well, hell, you know what, Sheriff? If it could do what I do and not malfunction, so be it, you know? Let it do it. I'll find another hobby.
Hey, that'd be
Only if they
interesting.
let me stay around and document it. I want to see it happen, though. You know, can't just
Yeah.
completely eliminate me and make me non-essential and not show me the thing.
It'd be interesting to see a bot get zapped for real.
I mean, I could easily see certain applications or certain jobs, no doubt. The more consistent or like automated style, you know, whatever that may be, warehouse logistics, things like that. But certain X factors, no,
No.
not within the next anytime soon. You know.
Yeah.
Who knows? I think to China they got the underground robot fighting league. So who knows what's next? They out there got the fighting robots. Want to watch out, Bunny.
Oh, I know. The one that kicked the lady in the stomach.
Oh yeah, kick the heck out of a Meemaw. They don't care.
Yeah.
Chinese fighting robots will kick the heck out of a Meemaw. Man, yeah, you think you're safe just going out and about to the market? You just get Bruce Leroy by an AI robot right to the sternum.
Right.
Yeah, just pushing kids down. You know, throwing cats up in a tree, making them get stuck. You know, just
What they
complete
call it?
chaos.
Collateral damage.
Oh shoot! I mean, heck, if the AI robots roundhouse kicking Meemaws ain't collateral damage, what is? You know? Yes,
Right.
it is. I just realized it's too much, Bunny. I think I got to get the heck out of here before we actually solve a problem. You know? I got to go make sure my parachutes are properly folded, my life rafts. Got a couple harnesses. Some couldn't get my trampoline, so you know, we have to work around that one. I don't know. Feel pretty complete. I gotta go have some time in solace and think about the upcoming zero gravity, non-gravity events. It's a new world, Bunny, with an old soul. You know? Almost busted out into a song and dance number. Devin almost got me riled up in that.
Which song and which dance?
Probably some vintage Charlie Chaplin. You know, silent but deadly.
That's where the mimes come in. I knew
Yeah.
they'd come around talking.
Oh my, yeah. They never go away. They come back. They go.
They always do.
I watched this one guy. I guess he's a mime, but I think he's like in Spain or somewhere. He's like a clown, but he's got like all different, like a colorful clothes on. And yeah, I don't know. He's like walks around the street, you know, goose with people stuff. I forget I don't even know how the channel even came up, you know. It's just, I don't even know how these things come up. It's one of those new channels they sent me, you know. I guess they thought I was trying out to be a clown myself.
Yeah.
They got me with the Barcelona clowns.
You know, there's that mind scraping. They go deep. It's like going to the dentist and getting a cleaning. The AI is doing that with our minds and it to you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't never challenge somebody that's a wizard at picture. What's the game? What's the game you play with no words? Whatever that game is, yeah. You know it. Picturography or whatever it is. I don't know. Charades. Yeah, they definitely could charade it out.
Oh, charades.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, you never challenge somebody who's a master charades artist.
Yeah. Either charades.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, they got her. Yeah, we can't talk about charades
Well, with
neither.
no
ladies and
words.
gentlemen. Okay, she's back.
Yeah, I think it's fucking with me on charades. Damn it.
Dang it,
I will
Virginia.
edit it out. We'll edit that part out. We'll just bleep it out. They won't know we said it. I don't know. Y'all got any final thoughts? Any final concerns before we go backstage and prepare for the nothingness?
Stay grounded, everybody.
There you go. If you don't have your preparation H stockpiled by now, it may be too late, you know? Yeah, no doubt. I seriously doubt any of us are going to go up and come flying down tomorrow in any type of violent non-gravity events. But, you know, it's just one of the many psyops, distractions, different things we talk about, you know? Who knows? If you got any cats, just make sure you watch your cats, you know? They may be up to some weird stuff tomorrow. Who knows? But other than that, I appreciate everybody tuning in, checking in, tuning out. You know, whatever it might have been, you might have learned something, you might have forgot something. You know, whatever it might have been, I appreciate it. We're still here. We're not floating off in space. We'll be back some point, sometime, you know. Other than that, let's see here. I got to get a cool, snazzy video, you know. Gotta get a little cool, snazzy
Let
video.
the games begin.